Let's do it. Okay, so we're sipping on spice.
Yes, and you know what? We're together and we're alive. And today we're going to talk about Skypiea Part 3 for us. We're mixing up our format a bit instead of going in episode order. We've tried to more group so that we can kind of carry topics from end to end. So let us know what you think. So first thing is we finally learned, we've been talking about this for a while, right? What is smoker's fruit? What is ace's fruit? Because up to this point, we really only know one devil fruit name. We learned that it's called the Logia, I believe is what it was.
Yes, yeah, that's what I wrote it down too. Now, interesting here. This is also something that I admittedly maybe missed, so I apologize. But now that you said it, I'm remembering. I wrote down we learned that Luffy's devil fruit is a paramecium. Did you already know
Yes.
that? Okay,
They do no. They drop it all kind of in the time that they tell us the Logia. There's kind of like an
got
internal
it.
thought. I can't remember whose it is. Maybe it's Ohm's, or maybe it's Enel's. And there's this
I think
kind of
it's Enel's.
there's this internal thought track where he's like, "Oh, my Logia type, your type," and I forget what you just said it was. But
Paramecium.
paramecium. Thank you. Yes. So they do kind of go back and forth, and we're finally getting a little bit more information because up to this point, we're really flying by all that they're telling us. Yeah, it is interesting, right? Because what makes Luffy not a Logia type, right? It is interesting because he is a rubber man in the way. I guess he doesn't. I mean, no, he's a rubber man. So there does
Yeah.
beg that question.
Yes, I know, which is like so very interesting comments. Okay, can you see me and hear me?
Yes, you're a little dark, but I can see you.
A little dark. Okay,
Frozen Sheridan,
perfect.
yes.
I know. I'm like, why am I freezing? The joys of technical stuff sometimes. Oh, side note, very side note. Mercury is in retrograde. So I'm gonna take that as like technical difficulties from Mercury being in retrograde.
I did not think that's what you were going to say. She thought out. Yes, you're back.
Yes,
I think
yes.
paramecia is defined by how you produce a thing instead of being a thing. Oh, that makes sense. I
Oh,
gotta spend some
okay.
time with that.
That makes sense.
So obviously no spoilers, but if you could exit things. Yeah. Okay. So diving back into that power scale, the other thing he mentions in this is that if he can sense somebody, he can strike them, right? So he's using the mantra a bit here, but he can also use, it sounded like, his lightning to hear or sense as well. So there was a little bit extra in his as well, where he has that extra like sense.
Yeah, yeah, it's interesting. So it's like an extra layer to his devil fruit, which I thought was fascinating. Of he can sense people. He definitely says that he's invincible, right? Like, and Straw Hat's comment on how invincible he is. I wrote down with the whole beckoning thing that strong power calls to strong power. And what I really thought
Mm.
in this stretch of episodes is the symbols on his back, which are crazy. They're like in his back.
Oh
That seems
yeah.
extremely painful. But the symbols on his back to me look like the phases of the moon. So, because they have, I don't know what they are. They could be a language, like an icon of a language. It could be something else. But to me, it looks like the phases of the moon. So we learn that he, in this stretch of episodes, that he is from another island in Skypiea that he
Yes.
destroyed. But I'm
Which is interesting
wondering.
because we didn't really see any other islands. So it's like, how much bigger is the White Sea, too?
Yeah, true. Well, and what I'm wondering is, so there's this other island, but he's feasibly from Skypiea. As a theory, he doesn't have wings, and the Shandorians and the Skypeans do, and also on his back are the symbols of the
Oh,
moon.
yeah.
Is he from the moon? Is he something to do with the moon? Are they moon people? He also hits the symbols on his back of the moon to like power up. So is
Hmm.
Enel somehow tied to the moon? Like
Tied to the
the island.
moon? Interesting. That's interesting. Oh, hang on. I lost you voice-wise down just for a sec. That is interesting, though. I hadn't thought about the moon, and what that would mean, but you do have a very valid point. Like, he does not have wings like the others, um, which we have seen, right? Um,
Mhm.
and again, like, how vast is the White Sea, right? When he says he came from, like, another island, how far away was that island? Is there a whole grand line of the White Sea?
Yeah. Yeah, that's I It sounds like it maybe. And also here it's so interesting. He has heard stories of legends of people from the blue sea.
Yes, which remember we talked about before, I was like, I feel like he's from the Blue Sea, like, if he's coming but again, oh my god, you know what I just thought about too that we hadn't if he isn't from the Blue Sea, that means there's devil fruit in the White Sea too.
Mhm. Or somehow or and I wrote this down later as well. Is he like he might be tied to the moon. That could be like a crack shot theory, I don't know. Are there other islands in the White Sea? And is he have something in addition to just a devil fruit? Like he has a very strong devil
He's got
fruit,
mantra.
yes. Exactly, and he can sense people like you said. So is he more than just a devil fruit? Wielder or what would that terminology be like has a devil fruit? Is it more than that?
I think it's it's something you become.
Something you become. Yeah.
Okay, hang on, a couple comments. It isn't explained in the anime or the manga, but Enel's drums on his back are called Shime Daiko drums. I hope I said that right. That's interesting. Sheridan must be reading the manga with his predictions. Oh, your moon seems good.
And I'm not reading the manga. Like I'm not
No,
actually.
where I have started it to
Jordan
try
is,
to
yeah.
read the East Blue. I'm trying to make sure that we are kind of going back and doing that, and just with how many hours we watch, I'm trying to do manga or something to catch up. Good evening. How are you all doing? We're doing good. How are you?
That's
They
a
are symbol in Buddhist mythology and related to Japanese thunder deities known as Raijin. His earlobes
ooh.
lobes are also a Buddhist symbol.
Oh, that's helpful to know because I had questions on the earlobes. That's actually really cool to know.
All I could think about is, like, when we were in high school and gauges were really popular, and anytime we'd see
Oh,
them, my mom would be like, their earlobes are gonna be ruined." My immediate thought was, "Man, got some gauges."
I mean, he kind of does. So I, like an idiot, used to sleep in my earrings, like the stud earrings, and it would now my earlobes are like stretched out, not to Enel's degree, but they are stretched out, which is crazy.
That's
I
funny.
gave
I didn't
myself gauges,
I can't be
unbeknownst.
or devil fruits are getting shot up in the sky. Oh, that's a good point, through the upstream, that would be interesting. Um, I can't wait till we get a lot more information, about just, like, where we find these. Especially something that bothers me so much is, like, if you stumble upon a devil fruit, right? Like, how do you know what to name it? Like, you know what I mean? Do they just
Yes,
get is it like finders keepers? You get to call it something? That's I think about that.
yes, and it's also like, how do they know their attacks? We've talked about this. How do they
Yes.
also know their attacks?
Right. Okay. Um, okay, so he uses mantra, and he can spy on the entire island, right? That's how he's been doing, like, all of his god attacks, right? We're getting a little bit more explanation for what makes him quote unquote god. Um, and then when Wiper takes him down with the reset dial, he's even able to restart his own heart. I will say that is probably a top tier villain, like, fear unlocked. I
Yes,
was like, ooh,
because
that's bad.
how do you stop a villain with that can regenerate itself? Like,
Okay. Here was my
how do you stop
immediate
that?
thought, and maybe this makes me like, I don't know, dark. But my immediate thought was like, you gotta rip that out.
Oh, his heart.
Yeah, just or like a head, you'd have to
Oh.
you know what I mean? Like vampires. That's
Oh, true. I mean, no, you're not wrong. That's so true. Like,
but I got like
yeah.
my brain got really dark and I was like, you gotta rip that out. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, how are they supposed to how are they truly supposed to battle each other? You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Perhaps
I
a
think you
more
gotta
permanent
knock them and then
fight.
you gotta yeah, and then you gotta wrap it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
Not
what you
good.
know how I feel about loose ends. Wrap it up.
True. Can't be leaving loose ends. True. Very true. Um, okay. So Enel is such a fascinating villain. Um, so with we talked about his mantra, which is very interesting, and Isa has mantra as well. She's very strong in mantra. We still don't know if mantra originates from another island. Like there's probably more to learn of Enel in the next set of Skypiea episodes. Um, and then so Enel is making, and you mentioned this massive ship called the Arc Maxim.
Mhm.
Um, and Gonfall shocks us, or basically in this says what we said in our previous episode, that God is just a title. And you and I talked about
Yes.
this. Like, God is just a title,
Yeah. They're
for
really
for
using it as
Gonfall.
their, like, leadership, which is neither here nor there. They really did make a giant leap from governor to God, but
To
that's fine.
yes. Very
But
true.
Enel really came up and was like, "I'm lightning, now I'm really God." And I do think, like, he does
Invincible.
think he's a god, which is its own, therapy session for him, but
Ego. I wrote this down with Enel. This is one of my notes on Enel. Ego is huge for Enel. I wanna talk more about that. He is cruising for a bruising, and he needs that therapy session because his ego. Like, he thinks they call him invincible because of his devil fruit, but he also thinks
yeah.
he's invincible.
Yes, he does. He really does, especially with the heart. But again, you restart your own heart, you're like, he hasn't met anybody who can challenge him, right? Um, and then we get a little bit more history on the song of the island, right? That bell that so we learn it's the bell, right? The grand belfry is what they call it. Um, and we figure out that the song of the island is actually what happens when the bell sounds. Um, and as we kind of go through these episodes, right, Robin figures out where it is, but then with Robin figuring it out and talking to Enel, Enel figures out where it is. And so it's really going to be like a rush to who can get to this bell in time because now Enel wants it.
Yes, yes. And so at first they kind of do this back and forth of she's like testing him if he knows, and he lies to her a little bit like he doesn't know but he does know. And right here it's really interesting. I wrote this down. So she sees railroad tracks, and she mentions that the railroad tracks are new. Like, some technology has done this recently, and that something large or a lot of something has been taken from that area via the tracks, and we
Mhm.
find out it's gold. Like, a large amount of gold has
Yeah.
been taken, and she notices that that is being removed via those railroad tracks that are new. So Enel, I think, is taking that gold. He's looking for the
Yeah.
bell. He lies that he doesn't know where it is, but he tries to trick Robin, but ultimately he's stolen a lot of gold.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he does later go on to say that he stripped the gold to essentially power his arc. So to your point, right? We debated is the city of gold truly like a city of gold or is it a city of
Mm.
treasure? And I believe you were right. That's city of gold.
Yeah. Well, it because I was like, how much gold are they actually gonna find?
Right.
Like, but then we do see he's in this stretch of episodes, he's hoarding that gold, and then he's using that gold to make that Arc Maxim.
Yeah.
And I wanted to mention here to actually call out something that you say in previous episodes. So we later see that there's tons of gold on the ship, and we also see that there's this huge face at the front of the ship.
Yeah.
Now, you called out so smartly in our last set of episodes that some of the faces on the ruins
Mm.
kind of look like a giant, or they look like something because they have a very
Yeah.
distinct facial shape. I kind of low key thought that the face on the arc in gold from the gold that Enel took looked like one of those faces.
Yeah.
Or is it Enel's face? Is it just a replica of Enel's face?
It's almost and then he goes as far as to right just God on the side of it. So,
Yes.
it could be like a symbol of something, right? But my immediate thought was like almost like religious, and I was like, this man literally wrote God on the side of his ship, like anybody could forget.
Isn't that crazy? It's like
Can you
so.
imagine?
Again, ego, and ego's gonna be his villain downfall. He's a big bad villain. I think, like I said earlier when I was going in and out, uh, he is probably the most formidable villain
Yes.
we fought so far, but ego is gonna be his downfall for sure. He's gonna miss
Yeah.
things, and have a rude awakening because of his
Yes.
ego. Yes.
Agreed. Um Oh, yes, and then you called it, right? He kind of finally tells us his big bad villain plans. He's gonna drop Skypiea back into the blue sea. He's gonna light up the sky, use somebody just put it in there, right? Gold as a conductor. Yes. He's gonna use it as a conduit, and he's gonna shoot Skypiea back into the ground and essentially annihilate all the Sky Islands because he has decided that they're like unnatural, I guess is the
An
best way to put it.
abomination. He says
Abomination.
abomination, which is, like, crazy. And then so in the chat, let us know, is the face on the ship a replica of Enel's face? Like, is he that's it, right? Like, he made his own face? for the ship. Again, tied into
That'd be
ego.
amazing. He made his own logo for his
I
Maxim
think
arc.
so. Or it was the face you caught on the ruins. Oh, you know, it was very similar. So I would be curious to see what people comment. And talking about, so his goal is to drop Skypiea back down to the Blue Sea. He talks about he grew up hearing legends of the Blue Sea people. We kind of talked about already, like, where is he from? What is this tied to?
I
Interesting
really
to
thought
me.
you were gonna do it again. I really thought you were gonna hit Cotton Eye Joe again.
What is he
I
doing?
was
Wait,
certain-
wait. What is it? What is it? Where did he come from?
Where did he go?
Where
I
did
was
Enel come
certain-
from? Where
I
is
was
he
so
going?
certain you were
Well, we
gonna
know where
hit
he's
Cotton
going.
Eye Joe on me again.
Where did he come from? Where did he go? That's like our theme song for this stretch of episodes. It's our theme song.
I feel like his ego is somewhat warranted considering of what he's capable. Honestly, yeah.
True.
Dude,
I mean, true.
They're calling him invincible. And again, who has stood up to him yet? Who could do anything to him yet? Nobody has done anything to him. The man took over a whole Sky Island.
I mean, that's true. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I do see why it's a little warranted. He's intense. He's a little intimidating. But my thought is, I'm so curious how news traveled. How did he grow up hearing legends of people on the Blue Sea? How does news travel? Visitors?
I mean, yeah.
How old is Enel?
I don't know.
Where'd he come from? Where'd he go? How old he is?
Here's the problem too, is the people they call old timers sometimes, like Moblog Cricket, like, is this man really, it's hard for me to, I feel like I'm not on the appropriate scale anymore. Like, I don't know.
Is he 400 years old? He's not. I found out. I had a theory Mont Blanc Cricket was Mont Blanc Nolan and they were the same man, but it's not. So I think that here, if you're okay with it, if it's all right, in the overall lore of Enel, I want to talk about Kalgura, the warrior Kalgura.
Okay.
And Wiper a little bit. So in this overall setting of the lore of the episode, but first, do you have anything more to say about Enel and his powers that be?
No.
Okay. Wiper reveals that in kind of this stretch that Shandora's warriors defended the city 800 years ago before it rose into the sky on the upstream. And that's hinting at an ancient conflict. Again, who were they fighting 800 years ago before they went up to Skypiea? When the city of Shandora fell, because that's tied to the bell. That's tied to, like, why does Enel want the bell? Like, is it just because it's a gold conduit? Is Enel in on this, trying to find, like, Robin's truth that we call it? Like, who were they fighting 800 years ago?
Yeah. And it's hard because we don't really know anything yet about really the Shandorans other than that their city was taken, right?
Yes.
Where do you think Endless Birth is? At first, I thought he meant the Blue Sea, which doesn't make sense, right? Because there's obviously ocean. But I thought maybe it was like a misunderstanding. Now I have no idea, right? What would have endless land? A planet?
Oh, a planet? Is it the moon? Because think about it.
Maybe you're right about the moon.
No, because you said, well, I thought it was the Blue Sea. I thought, because he wants to go to the Blue Sea.
But it's not endless in the scheme of things. There's water.
It's not. That's true. Is there an island that's, like, massive that we haven't met yet? Like, is there an island that has tons of surface area? I don't know.
It's hard too, because is it like literal non-fantasy, like IRL, where it is like the moon, to your point, or is it like a made-up section, right? So we also kind of have to, like, be like, do we know?
Yeah, I guess we'll find out. I fully thought that Endless Firth was the Blue Sea, and that's where he wants to go and all of that. Yeah, Land of Dreams, all of that.
But again, the more I think about it, there is water, so it isn't, unless he's wrong.
Yeah.
He could be wrong.
Because again, all he's heard of these stories, these legends of the Blue Sea. Again, where did those legends come from? Who's giving him this information? Like we have so many questions. Yeah.
And again, the White Sea is clearly vast, so we also don't know how much else is up there, how much they know. Are there other upstreams later down the Grand Line and other lines? I don't know. Right? I mean, who knows?
Like you said, how many islands are on the White Sea?
Right.
in the White Sea. Yeah.
Are you good with me moving on to Luffy versus
Yes.
Enel, kind of this kickoff that we see? Okay, the first thing I started to realize through this, right? Because they really set Enel up as invincible lightning, right? That even Robin says like it's believed to be invincible. Um, and the thing that I realized is he like electrocutes at one point in time that like giant snake thing that Luffy and the little girl are in. What's her name? I forgot it.
Asa, I think.
Asa, thank you. Yes. That they're in. And I thought, oh my God, it's like dropping a toaster in the bathtub. Like they're done. And then I was like, and
Oh.
then my brain went, oh my God, he's rubber. And so I like look at my husband because he's been rewatching him with me, like just sitting there silently enjoying it
Yeah.
and like not. And I'm like, oh my God, he's rubber. Like he's fine, right? And he was like, I don't know. And I was like, he's rubber. And so I mean, I didn't think of that, but like, isn't he kind of like his worst nightmare?
Yes, I was disappointed I did not catch or remember that he was rubber sooner in this lightning fight, because
I
remember when
know.
he gets I was like, "Wow, how did I not think of that?" I apparently wasn't thinking with the physics-minded brain.
Yeah.
Because remember way back in the East Blue when he gets electrocuted, isn't Logtown?
Town. Well,
Logetown, we hope. Sorry if not. He gets electrocuted and he's fine because he's
yeah.
rubber.
Yeah, and that I didn't remember that, right? So then when the first time I think he gets hit by lightning, I was like sitting there like "Please," and then he's like fine. I was like, cool, we're good. We're good.
Yes. But was it not interesting right there to your point? Everyone survives a direct lightning hit. Like pretty much every straw hat gets zapped with direct lightning and they all survive it. But I get it, you
Yeah.
cannot, they're main characters, they're going to survive, but I'm like, I think it speaks to how strong the straw hats are. I think that's what we're being shown, that they all survive that direct hit.
Yeah, I also think again, something we've seen with Death in One Piece, right? I think we're leaning more toward I currently believe that things are a KO until proven otherwise.
Gotcha. 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 Yes,
So
not a KO.
formidable, but are they dead? Eh.
Probs not. Probs.
Um, oh, prologue, log town.
Logtown. Okay,
I had to
thank
say
you.
prologue, sorry. Oh, okay, Gonfall does say there's other ways up the stream. They did have a granny. Oh yeah, he mentions you guys came up that way, not the other ways. Okay, yes, so there are other ways, right? So there are other islands.
Interesting. I wonder if we ever get to see them in the rest of the story. Um okay, so I have something to say about Enel referring to Luffy in his fights, if that's okay. Like I'm
Yeah,
sorry, in the fight between Luffy and Enel.
yeah,
So Luffy arrives demanding to know what's going on. Enel has a shocked face when Luffy dodges him. Again, priceless, awesome. Luffy's so badass. And he calls Luffy a monkey of the sea. Now,
yeah.
which is like very interesting, and I don't think is an accident.
No.
And I have more to say here on this. So the monkey thing is very direct. I'm like, that's really particular. You immediately called him monkey, and his name is Monkey D. Luffy. But also, in addition to the name not being an accident, Enel often refers and makes a point to call Luffy, like, and the crew, the humans. There's lots of talk about Enel calling him the humans.
Mhm.
Enel comments that Luffy has powers no human should have. Luffy can't defeat Enel because he is so powerful as a god, and Luffy is a mere human. Enel says a lot of stuff like that, which could just be because he has a very strong, pretty much invincible devil fruit, and he's got a really big ego, again, warranted, you know. But I wrote down he says it several times. Like he overall like over and over is saying Luffy's just a human. You can't fight me. You're just a human. And we know Luffy's
Yeah.
going to fight him. And then even the Shandorians make a comment of they say something to the effect, paraphrasing, but I wrote down no human could take that hit basically and be ready to fight again. And the
Yeah.
Shandorians say that about Luffy. So Luffy has a devil fruit, of course. He's the gum fruit, absolutely. And devil fruits give their who they become, the one that eats the devil fruit, supernatural powers to a degree, or like absolutely gives them powers. Is there something to Luffy that's more in addition himself to not just the devil fruit? We're
Yeah.
talking about Enel having maybe more than the devil fruit? Is there something else to him that's more? Is there
Right.
something more to Luffy that's almost godlike? Like, why does Enel keep saying, "You're a mere human, I'm a god"? Why do the Shandorians say, um, a human can't take that and get back up? Again, paraphrasing. Now,
Yeah.
Luffy has a devil fruit. So is that it? Is that why?
Um, I don't believe that's it. And I want to call back a couple things we've called out before, right? His gut. Um,
Yes.
I think Dr. Reen it was who said the comment like something about him being special or something like that. There's been a couple comments about him being, and tend to use the phrase special, right? Um, Also, right, the callback to Shanks's eye. I have a note later on here. I'm just going to mention it here, right? The snake does this thing with his eye that was like
Mm,
debatably similar to what Shanks does, where he does like
interesting.
the crazy eye. And then we also have mantra, right? This new thing that we just picked up. Um, I don't know how diverse power can be. You know?
Yeah, I don't know either. And are there levels to it, to your point? The power that Shanks had of the eye, does the
Yeah.
snake have the power of something that they can
Is it
show
something
fear?
learned or inherited? Right? Like
Yeah.
but I do believe that there is a lot more. We talk about fate a lot too. Fate. It bothers me. Fate and the will of D, right, are one and the same conceptually because uh, this concept that things are out of your hand and are inherently going to be, whether or not, right, the will of D through a middle name, would you know at birth? Or, you know what I'm saying? So it does seem like there is other power at play. And I don't think that you're off here to
Mm,
make that observation.
interesting. And we don't know. And again, we're excited to learn more about devil fruits in general. Sounds like we've learned through Enel there's a scale of power on devil fruits, which we knew,
Yeah.
but it's really being shown to us. So is it just that certain devil fruits give way more power? Is there more to it?
Yeah. Um, okay. Sorry, I'm catching up with where we went rogue a little bit. Um, oh yeah, yeah. And then Luffy, we get to see some more of his like moves, if you will. One of my favorite things is like learning what they call them. And we did finally get like there was one point where there was like a fight and Luffy was doing something and I was like, where did he get this? Like, where did they name these moves from? And then he immediately tells us, and I was like, oh, that's where. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, but I'm loving seeing this. So he uses gum gum, I think it was days. Um, Insane. Like Luffy's really picking some new moves up and figuring out how to get through some of these like we saw it with Crocodile, now we're seeing it here. And he just keeps getting back up, right? There's something to be said about the fact that he just like every time he falls, he gets back up.
Yeah, and he does the Gum Gum Days. I loved that too because he figures out that Enel can predict his moves with Enel's mantra. He's able to see what or sense what Luffy's going to do next. So he basically shuts off his mind and gets dazed or so that Enel can't predict his movements, which is super super cool. And
Mhm.
he fights off of pure instinct with that, right? Because he's shut off his mind. He even says he's
Oh,
fighting off
yeah.
pure instinct. Again, you just mentioned it again, Luffy's gut, his instinct. It was a perfect fight move for him to shut off his brain and just fight with
Yeah.
instinct.
Also, can you imagine just being able to shut off your brain like that?
Ooh, that'd be nice. I
Would
can't.
like to use that would like to use that in my day-to-day life. But he literally
Same.
just, like, shuts down, and I was like and it's just funny. I really love one of my favorite things about One Piece is, like, 1 second it's, like, super serious, and the next second it's, like, there's just such solid comedic relief where you're just, like you could just get to appreciate that he's dazed.
Yeah. Yes, it was really funny.
Ah, that's so funny.
Um,
Oh, sorry.
no, you go
And
ahead.
then we're seeing some more of his captain energy, right? There's a scene where Nami is stressed out and Luffy looks at Nami and says, "You sail with the future king of pirates, so don't frown." That was like one of those moments. Listen, I feel like there are certain times. It's like when a general gives the war speech, you know what I mean? Right beforehand,
Yeah.
and everybody's like teared up and they're like, I'm trying not to swear. Heck yeah, brother, we're going in, you know? And
Yeah.
it literally was that moment. And I thought that was such a gangster line. Like I loved that so much. You sail with the future king of pirates, so don't frown.
It was amazing, and it's the hat, he gives her the hat. To your
Yes.
point, Nico Robin is always taking his hat, especially in Alabasta. He gives Nami the hat, so is that
Yeah.
significant, that transfer? I love that too, I wrote that down that I love that too.
I take that as, like, a token of, like, b it's a bad analogy, but, like, when you give, like, a child a stuffed animal, right? Like, "Don't worry, like, I'm with you, I've got you, this is this thing
Aw.
to keep you." Obviously, not to that level, but I take it as, like, you sail with the king of pirates, like, the future king of pirates, like, know what you have, and it's almost, like, symbolic is how I take it.
Oh, I could see that. I like that. I could see that. And it's comforting to Nami, who uh
Yes.
we've talked about her journeys to go through bravery for or get braver, I should say.
Yeah.
Also right here. So we found out Luffy being made of rubber or having the gum gum fruit is a really good defense against Enel's lightning strikes. So they're
Mhm.
in their fight. And Enel again is like, you can't beat me. I'm a god. You're a human. Enel's got a huge ego. Luffy then says here that there are, and I love this because this was in Enel's face. There are plenty of fighters in the Blue Sea that could beat you. Like, not just me, not just Luffy. There are plenty of fighters in the Blue Sea that could defeat him. And I loved it
Yeah.
because it's a Luffyism to say, but it also messed with Enel's head. Like, he gets
Yeah.
mad that Luffy says that. He gets frustrated. And
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, he's definitely like I said, it's interesting because to your point, I do think that you have identified something that he's saying, like not referring to as a mere human. But I did also get that feeling of like, wow, he really just is so like big for his britches on himself. Like really in his head, he is God. He is it.
Mhm.
And that's babe, you've been living in a small world. And Luffy's like, the sea is mighty big, my friend.
Yes, yes, and way to get in his head to fight him. Be like, "Oh, you're
Yeah.
nothing." Like, all these people in the Blue Sea you wanna go to, you wanna take Skypiea down to the Blue Sea? Tons of fighters who can defeat you there. I loved
Yeah.
it.
The Enel shocked face is a big meme. Yes, the Enel shocked face is amazing. I was like,
Yeah, it got under his skin.
okay, moving on to Zoro Wiper in the upper yard battle. So we get into the ordeal of iron, right? We finally get to Ohm's trial, and Chopper essentially starts climbing the big beanstalk. Uh, Ohm comes for him, and he gets taken down, and Zoro sees him and freaks out.
I
And
know.
I just I live for these moments between Zoro and Chopper. Um, they just have such a connection, and I really like seeing these like, he was so stressed in that moment, and I'm like, they just have such a connection.
They do. Well, Zoro even says, that he usually doesn't fight for revenge. He hates fighting for revenge, but for
Yes.
today, he's gonna make an exception because he sees Chopper so injured, because a priest finds him when he's trying to climb the beanstalk. Chopper's KO. And so Zoro says today he's fighting for revenge. And that's it, like enrages him. It truly
Yeah.
enrages him.
I cannot stress how much I love Zoro's character. I will say this arc has been yet again, I said it in Alabasta, I'm saying it again, Sanji is up there for me, don't get me
Oh,
wrong,
yeah.
Sanji is having moments that I'm behind, but Zoro, my man.
Yeah. Yeah. We this is funny for like I think we both super love characters. Jordan is more team Zoro and I'm more team Sanji, if you can see my little pop here, and Mihawk, but that's separate.
That's a different
Different.
kind of love. And then, claims the only way to stop humans, so he's very, like, Thanos-esque, I guess, like, he's, like, that kind of, like, self-righteous, the only way to fix things is take everybody else out sort of mindset, so he's like, "Ah, everybody's gotta go," which is crazy because you don't have to go, but whatever, and he uses Sky Iron, and he can see Zoro through walls, which is
Mm.
interesting, so and he's using this dog to fight with him. My hardest part with this dog is I was like, "This dog's low-key super rad," like, I really don't want anybody to hurt this. I was like, "Can we
Me
take the can we
too.
take the dog with us? Is that on the table?"
Me too. I wrote down, I'm like, I want the dog to be okay. I like dogs. I can't support fighting a dog. That was challenging.
Not gonna lie, how angry Zoro got after Enel knocked Robin out does feed my inner shipper. Here's the thing,
Ooh,
I love a
ooh,
good ship.
ooh.
You are in the
Same.
right place if you wanna talk ships. Inside,
Yes.
there are so many ships. Um, w we don't get to talk about them a lot, but inside there are so
No.
many ships, and I will say though, I do feel like Robin and Zoro though are too much the same. They're the same.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, they strike me as, like, um, besties sort of thing. Like, they have the same mindset, same thoughts, same reaction, vibe, in how
Yeah.
they act. So, I don't necessarily ship them together, because I think we're set on the Zoro, not Tashigi
Not
or
Tashigi.
Tashigi.
No, it's Tashigi. Okay, so this is such an out there theory. If you haven't heard it yet, I am here to, and I will always celebrate a ship in response to that comment. You're
We
in the right
will.
place for that. But I believe potentially that Tashigi might be Zoro's old childhood friend, and potentially she didn't actually die, and she's still alive, and she had memory loss, and that's Tashigi. And I ship him with Tashigi.
Yeah, she grew up on Inuyasha, so she's really hanging in there.
This is a Kikyo Kagome Inuyasha triangle
I love this.
happening.
Hey, I'm not gonna hate on it. The vibes, great. We could
Yeah,
talk we could talk ships all day.
but I also am not gonna hate on the Zoro Robin. Not at all. Like, I get it. I get the being fed on that ship. I do.
I just don't accept any ships to pay off. Oh yeah, for sure. Honestly, sometimes that's the more fun part. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, we are also the queens of, like, the slow burn. Like, it's more about just, like, the vibes. It's not about the actual payoff. It's about
Totally.
giving me little nuggets and letting me have it, you know?
Yes, I mean, we love to analyze and have theories. It's also just this fun to, like you said, pick up these nuggets and moments and be like, "Hmm, what is the connection there, the dynamic?"
Right?
Yes.
My favorite ship, the Going Merry. I love that. That's hilarious.
Oh, that's cute. That is a clever play on words, and I like that.
Okay, so then Wiper. Okay, I've talked about Wiper a lot, guys. At this point, I am really struggling with Wiper. I really appreciate where he comes from. I just really don't appreciate his method. And I think that's the point, right? Especially when we're constantly talking about, like, good and evil, right and wrong on this scale. So I do struggle personally with Wiper a bit here. He he shoots Nami while she's holding Isa. Like, he's using the rejectile. The man's being told he's being shredded alive, and the man won't stop using it at any opportunity. Like, you have to have some other backup fight or, like, strat here that he just didn't have. And the only nice thing I feel about Wiper at this point is he does not give in to the anime pause where he explains everything he's going to do in the fight. Like, they're yapping at each other, and he just comes in and decks them. And I was like, respect.
True, true. Okay, I have so much to say about Wiper, if that's cool.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
See,
I want to take
I'm
this
like, are you gonna
moment.
try to change my mind right now? Are you gonna try to
Yes
redemption arc me?
and no. Yes and no. Okay, which I love. It's a combination, if you will. Okay, so first off, I want to say we got another comment that they don't like Wiper either. Okay, all right. So they're aligned with your thought here. Yes and no for me.
I
So
called him
I
something way
did.
meaner in my notes.
Yes. Okay, so I wanted to give you this moment to hear that I'm saying you were right. So bask in your glory, take your
My
flowers. I
favorite.
don't
I
say
love
that
it.
often.
Oh my god, I
Um,
love that.
so you were right. I was wrong about
Talk
Wiper
dirty to
in our
me.
first episode. I know, right? This is like talking dirty to you. You were right. Um, so he does make a lot of poor decisions. I actually wrote down it was really messed up that he shot at Nami, or who also had Isa with her
Yeah.
on the waiver or whatever they were doing. Like, had he hit Nami, which was his goal, he was gonna kill Isa.
Yeah.
Like that. Like,
Again,
come on,
he's
dude.
willing to step over everyone. And again, where is he getting? He's not headed anywhere.
Right, right. Like, I don't and also him, I also wrote down here, I agree with you on this. He's starting fights with Gonfall in this, and it's like, dude, come on. Gonfall is not the enemy right now.
Walking on a goal.
Like, come
One
on.
goal.
It's Enel. It's Enel. It is not Gonfall. Leave Gonfall be. Gonfall's like 80 years old out here trying to
Yeah.
fight to save the day. Give Gonfall a break.
Or, right, if you want to go back at the end, you're all working against Enel right now. Every single
Oh,
one of
yeah.
you. So
Yes.
if you think, right, use them, beat Enel, then start fighting other people. It's just the no strategy as a leader. It's like my brain is like, I hate this.
But
Hmm.
you were right, but I also have other feelings. I can respect that he is willing to basically off himself through repeated use of the rejectile to fight for his cause. I can respect that. I love that in media characters, like self-sacrifice, and that he is even determined to fight for Shandora and Shandorians, even if it kills him, even if it offs him. I don't know that we can say that word on YouTube, so whoops. He also thinks to use the sea prism stone to counter the devil fruit and those devil fruit, so he thought a little bit ahead of that. He
Mhm.
also, we see a flashback here too of the chief talking to young Wiper about their great warrior Kalgura of the past, and that basically Kalgura had a dream, and it was always to reclaim and protect their homeland, Shandora,
Yes.
but also that he super regrets something else, and we don't hear what it is right there in that moment from
Right.
the chief. There's something else that Kalgura wanted to do, and his regret basically. And Wiper is like, I need to follow in Kalgura's footsteps and basically reclaim our homeland. And I can respect that about
Yes.
Wiper. I
Yes.
can.
Don't get me wrong. I like, just to clarify, everything he wants is right. I'm not saying he is wrong, any of that. My only peeve is one, how he's going about it, right? And two, that there's no strategy. You're not going to win and lead
Mm,
people that way, right? That's fine, but you have to have a strategy. You have to have a plan. You can't be wasting it in all the wrong spots. And that's where I get frustrated because I'm like, not only it comes across like he's throwing a tantrum instead of doing something,
mm,
because you're wasting
mm-hmm.
rejectiles on straw hats and people who are chasing the same enemy as you, who you can't beat. You can't beat him.
Totally.
You
And
haven't.
again,
You've tried.
he needed the rejectile and he shouldn't have been using it, and it harmed his
Yes.
body. You're not wrong.
Yes.
Um,
Because
Go
theoretically he
ahead.
could die, right?
True. I mean, again, loosely. But yes. So I wanted to comment on your topic of the basically like the last stand when they're all not fighting each other. They basically
Yes.
Enel, it's the final five. Enel is like, okay, so there's so much to say here, but he sees in front of him Gonfall, Wiper, Zoro, and Robin. And he, I
Yes.
think, correct me if I'm wrong, includes himself as the final five. And he
Well,
also
so it
knows
was
Nami.
yes, he does include himself as the final five.
Yes. And then he senses that Nami is hiding, which I thought was hilarious because she thought she was getting away with
She's
not
like,
being
I'm
discovered, and
chilling.
she was
Yeah.
discovered.
Like,
Um,
babe, he's been sending out lightning strikes across the White Sea here. He knows you're there. Just
right.
behind that rock.
And first, I thought this was fascinating. First, he offers those four warriors in front of him, fighters, to join him. Like, join me.
hmm
Come with me to the Blue Sea, and you'll have a place basically in my God realm
Well,
and you'll be spared.
to endless verse.
Endless Firth. Yes. Wherever, again, we don't know wherever that's going.
Whatever that may be.
Um, Wherever that may be. Could be the moon, could be an island, could be the ocean, could be nowhere. Um, and they all reject him, and he was shocked that they reject his offer. Like, he's shocked
Yeah.
that they're not. And then it's Robin. I thought this was so cool. Robin's like, no. She's the first one to be like, well, no, that's not happening. I'm gonna fight you. And then it goes one by one that they're all saying that they're gonna fight. And I was like, if something is going down, if I'm in danger and I need to be protected, that lineup of four people I would feel very safe with. Robin,
Yeah.
Zoro, Gonfall, and Wiper. I mean, again, as long as he doesn't accidentally get me, with an
Yeah.
enemy, as long as he doesn't
I'm
accidentally aim
chilling
it at
right
me.
behind Robin and Zoro. I'm gonna be like, hey,
Yes. Like,
I'm in
it
that
was
rock with Nami.
he was like, they were like the Avengers assemble, and I was like here for it. I was like, I felt safe with them to fight Enel, and it was a cool. I liked their standoff with him.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, and uh, Wiper then uses his rejectile, right? He uses it against Enel, um, which really does counter the devil fruit, right? He gets it handed to him right there. Costs him severe physical damage, right? Restarts his heart. That's when I was like, you gotta, yeah, pull that baby out.
Yes. Oh, yeah, yeah. Like you said, strategy. Like, how are you gonna defeat that? Um, and then
Yeah,
there's a
once you know
comment.
he restarts his heart, you're like, you gotta rip that baby out. That's so
eh,
evil. I'm sorry. That's just how I think.
No, but what it made me think of is like this is tangent. I'm sorry. This is the uncut part of this. you and I have started playing TCG, like One Piece cards with our
Oh, yeah,
husbands,
yeah.
and it's been a lot of fun. I played my against my husband. He has a Blackbeard deck, and basically you can bring people back from life from your trash to give a life to the card. And it made me think of Enel because you can
Yeah.
just keep
Yeah.
regenerating. You can
Yeah.
just
I
keep
mean,
going.
if you can literally resuscitate yourself, like, again, you're good until you get staked or beheaded. I can't say that probably. That's probably aggressive.
Well, I've
Uh,
heard it.
unless
Yeah.
pieces of you get removed that could not get resuscitated.
Right. True. True, true, true. So he is a formidable villain.
Absolutely. Um, oh, yeah, and then, your last note before I move on.
Yes. So interestingly, because so he counts everybody and then he calls out that Nami is hiding. Um, and he knows she's there. But Luffy is still alone in the snake because at this point, no one's joined him in the body of the snake. And Enel he doesn't include Luffy in that count. He catches Nami, he senses her. He cannot sense Luffy in the snake. And the snake is nearby. So it's interesting that he did not count Luffy in this fight.
Yes, and this perfectly segues me into my next part, right? We've got, the people in the snake, right? We haven't talked about when they were in the snake. Um, when they're in the snake, Isa says she can't use mantra. So
Which is
he
interesting.
couldn't see Luffy in the snake. In the snake, you can't use the mantra. I'm wondering, to use the mantra, right? Because my first thought was, can we take this to the Blue Sea with us? Could we learn it? Can we take it to the Blue Sea with us? Can we level up with this?
Ooh, yeah.
So my thought is, do you need Verth to do it? But probably not, because Verth was only on the sacred land and she was able to use it elsewhere. So I'm very interested to understand a little bit more about mantra. I don't know if it'll only be for this arc and we'll never get more clarity, but
Good question.
w- are there limitations to it?
Oh, that is such a good question. Will we ever see it again? Is it just that you
Right?
had to be born in Skypiea to have it? Like somewhere in
Right?
Skypiea?
Or could we learn it and take it with us? Like
Yeah, valid.
what if we just do like a quick training sesh and we head back down with mantra and some devil fruit?
Yes. That's so interesting that you bring that up. I want to bring up something. I'm very curious to see. Obviously, don't spoil us, but I'm curious to see if we see Mantra ever again. Um, when they're in the stomach, right here, and Isa, you know, is a part of this storyline. They all have wings. So the Skypeans and the Shandorians have wings. Where did those wings come from? Because they
Right.
can't fly. So I remember thinking, I'm like, Isa, you have wings. Fly out. Like, save yourself. Like, fly. But they cannot fly. They have the
Yeah.
wings, but not
That's a
one
good point.
Shandorian or Skypean do we see use those
That's a good
wings.
point. I didn't even think of that. That's a very valid point. Um,
So just
does
another mystery.
TCG spoil new characters though? No, honestly, here's the thing. You're going to learn characters' names. You do like it's kind of unavoidable to know characters' names, but they don't mean anything to me. You know what I mean? So it's like
Hmm.
you're like, "Oh, cool, character," but like I don't know where they come from. I don't
Where
know.
they go.
I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're a good guy, if they're a bad guy, if they're on a team, a pirate squad. You know what I mean? So we don't know. I mean, with the exception of being like, "Oh yeah, that's that guy," it doesn't really mean anything to us now.
Yes. Um,
We try very, very hard to avoid spoilers. It
oh, we
is
do.
literally the hardest thing we
We
do.
really do. We really do. We really try
I
so
d
hard. And
I
yeah.
can't like One Piece content. Like, my whole feed, like, if I see
Mm-mm.
One Piece, I just
No.
have to scroll, like, it's literally like it doesn't exist to me. I have to, otherwise you'll start to see
Totally.
stuff, and I'm like, "No, I don't wanna know. I don't wanna know."
Totally. No, completely agreed. And then there was a comment earlier we missed. It says, I love how Enel predicts 5 people would be left. It's not because he could see the future, but because he has the strength to make it happen, or at least he thought he could make it happen. That is a fascinating like comment on that because he can't see the future, but he has so much.
Oh, hang on, I lost you a little. Uh, The Wings backstory is explained on manga chapter title pictures that come together in
Mm.
a sequence. It's like a side story happening with previous side characters of different arcs happening. Interesting. It's hard to avoid One Piece spoilers. Truth. Hi from Taiwan. Hello. Welcome in. And somebody else said they're late. Hi, you're never late here. Sorry, you can
Oh,
finish
that's
your
so
thought. I
cool.
think I can
Welcome.
hear you now.
Yes. Okay, good. This is also being honest, getting the uncut. Sometimes our streaming platform gets spicy just a little bit.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, but that's such a fascinating comment that they left in the chat because it's true. He can't see the future. He believed in himself enough it would happen. It's kind of tied into that ego. He is a fascinating villain, Enel.
Yeah. Okay. So we're in the snake. Oh, and then Gonfal's just trying to nobody has an escape plan, right? So Gonfal's trying to escape, and Nami's like, we're not just gonna like rip out of the side of the snake. He's gonna start
Yes.
freaking out, right? And Luffy had already tried that. We kind of know. Hey, that's not great.
No, no, yeah, that would feel very weird. Imagine that someone was in, like, you're the snake and you've swallowed people whole, and there are people inside you, and then they are like trying to get out. That would be wild. That would be quite the experience for the snake. Very wild.
Yes. And then uh we also have Zoro catching and saving Robin from Enel in this moment. When he shoots Robin and Zoro
Mm.
catches her, that moment, flawless. I was like, "Damn, that was suave."
Yeah, that's awesome. It was very suave. Zoro again really pulls through on the fighting
Moments.
moments. So a few things I thought about the snake as well, kind of like in this section, is the snake swallows his victims whole. Like we talked about the people being in the body of the snake. He never chews them, which is kind of gross to say, so I apologize, but he never chews his victims. Is the snake I wrote here, is the snake low key like an ally? Like, did he
Mm.
swallow them whole to save them from Enel's attacks? Because
Oh.
also, Enel says it here too that this snake has always been a problem for him. Like, he expresses frustration at the snake. So that implies Enel knows of the snake from the past. That also implies the snake was there before Enel got there. The snake's been there for a long time. So I wrote down, is it from the past? Is it from
Yeah.
Jaya? I wrote down here, like, when they go up in the upstream, did the snake go with them? How long has the snake been there for
Well, and again, a
Enel?
giant snake.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So it's very obviously their main characters, but in the writing of the story, it was chosen to have a snake swallow people whole. I'm like, is the snake a homie? Like, is it nice? Is it an ally? Like, is he? I
Uh,
don't know. I don't know. I just thought that that was interesting that they're basically safe from Enel and even being sensed by Enel when they're inside the snake.
we had two vastly different thoughts. So you thought that. You wanna know what I thought? How
What?
many animals are gonna eat them on the Grand Line? This is our second animal we're in the stomach of. How many more stomachs are we making it into?
Like,
Laboon
Laboon
ate
was the
them.
first one. Yeah, true, true. That's so true. They should know now what to expect. They should
They need
know.
they need like a second, like a raft situation that they deploy when they enter other beings.
Enter the body of an animal. That's actually so crazy you wrote down. I was like, the snake's there to save them. Like,
I mean, now that you say it, I'm like, okay, yeah, I see your point. But my thought was like, oh my god, how many animals are gonna eat us?
it's like, how many? Another point I had about the inside of the body of the snake, when Nami's in there, she's like flying in there. She goes into the snake to join Luffy, doesn't know that Luffy's there yet. We see a skeleton that looked like it had a pirate jacket on, like it had tassels on it, like a captain. And I was like, what pirate crew's been here before to die to be eaten by the snake? Did the snake
Right?
eat that pirate whole and then it
He's
died
got
inside the snake?
treasure.
Or yeah, he's got treasure. But I wrote down, it has a pirate crew. Like, what pirate crew did that jacket come from? And it looked like it was from a pirate crew. I could be wrong. I don't
Yeah.
know.
And I just thought it was such we talked about it a little bit in the last episode, but Luffy puts that crown on his head, and all I could think was like, what foreshadowing they're giving us of him putting on like the
Yes.
legit crown, right? So there's gold in the snake. And to your point, if Snake is a homie, is he saving the gold? Is he doing everybody as a homie? He's like, I don't can't take this gold if I eat it.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, maybe. Valid.
Ugh. Okay. I'm seeing where you're at with the snake. Are you good with the snake?
I'm good with the snake. I've spoken of the snake.
Okay, and then as they're trying to move up the beanstalk, something we see is that Robin can really sprout any limb. I think in this instance, she's got like feet and she's trying to help everybody move up the beanstalk because we've got a lot of injured beings right now. So it's interesting because, like, can she recreate any limb? Like,
Oh,
you know
like
what I
she could
mean?
have a
Like, I,
million legs?
yeah,
Like
because all
all
we've
these
seen her do to
legs?
this point was like the hands. So we don't really know quite enough about her power, right? We've learned a little bit as we've gone, right? If she can see it, she can grab it. She can like add eyes to hands. She did that with Luffy.
Right,
Now we're
right.
seeing her using feet. We really don't know enough about Robin's power. She's keeping that, as we noted, close to the vest.
She is, yeah, sh and obviously leads to her being very powerful. Like,
Hmm.
she's gotta be very like, this devil fruit she took and she had Robin comes off extremely powerful.
Yeah,
Um, so, something interesting that happens here is, I wrote down so Enel is against, again, the Avengers last fighters, right? They all get zapped. They all survive the zap, but they all get zap and KO knocked out for the minute. Nami
yeah,
again was hiding. She doesn't get zapped. And she says, as like strategy, she's like, "Oh, I'll go with you." Because again, they all declined Enel's offer.
yeah,
She thinking ahead in strategy is like, "Oh, I'll go with you to save herself." And she is briefly tempted by his offer of treasure because again, that's like Nami's MO. She loves gold, she loves treasure. But I wrote this down that what I loved about what we see is Nami's character right here. I wrote it down as character growth, actually. She ultimately rejects him because she says that treasure means nothing to her. And again, this is Nami speaking. Treasure means nothing to her if she has to abandon her friends. Turning down gold, turning down treasure. She agrees to go with him to save herself because she knows she's gonna and she doesn't have the fighting capability yet. She could in the
right.
future, but to take on Enel in a fight. But she's trying to escape to go back and save her friends. So we talked about Nami's bravery journey. She shows some real
Yeah.
bravery right here. She's making plans to go back and save her friends. She knows she needs to go save them, and she even says that gold and treasure are meaningless if she abandons her friends, which I thought was like
Yeah.
amazing character growth.
I mean, that's a big thing for her to say, right? That goes against
Mm-hmm.
everything that we kind of know about her. But at the same time, we're seeing her strategize of like, how's she getting out of this? How's she getting everybody else out of this? And as we've talked about, right, Enel is a big bad. So she's
Mm-hmm.
sitting there like, to say something like that while trying to strat her way out of it is a really interesting kind of approach of her kind of towing that line.
It takes some cojones for sure. Like it that
Yeah,
I was putting myself in Nami's shoes. I'd be terrified. You all just see like these super strong fighters. Like again,
100%.
we just talked about how strong Robin is with her devil fruit and her powers. Get KO'd, get lightning
Yeah.
struck down. Um, like that I would be terrified. So that's
Yeah.
brave of Nami.
And something else to say here, right? Something that fascinates me about Nami is we've talked a lot about her bravery growth through this, right? Because she does have to be brave to like go through the trials or go through, she doesn't really go through a trial, but through like her passageway. Like when she's falling a lot, she's getting frustrated, she's hiding from Enel, right? But she has such big character moments where she pushes back, fights, gets angry, speaks up. So she really does kind of play this like delicate balance where we see both, and it's like which side of Nami are we going to get? And so as she gets more brave in the long term, I think as she gets more comfortable with whatever her own strength is going to be, is it her staff or whatever, um I think it'll be really interesting to see how much more of that spice will come out as a result.
I agree. I'm very curious to see. I'm excited to see all of the Straw Hats characters' journeys.
Oh, and Alabasta, she said any part of her body. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's very interesting. Something to think about, right? I don't know. Never mind. Not gonna say that. Can't
You're
take
so
that back.
funny. You're so funny. I was like, "Don't say it! Don't say it! Don't say it!"
I had like what? And I was like, no, that's not it.
But then, okay, so we have another comment. I think that's pretty consistent with Nami's character. Her initial
Mhm.
treasure was to save the village, her village. Like she just wanted
Yes,
money as a means to an end. That is so true. That's very
I.
valid.
She sees it as security, which who doesn't?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Who doesn't?
Valid, valid, valid. And she does. It's in her East Blue journey too. She does not. She sticks by Luffy and asks him for help to save her. And like, I mean, you're right. That comment is correct. I just thought it was shocking that like she's like treasure means nothing to like. To
Yeah.
me, it
It's
just
the
really
way that she
shows.
worded it and what she said,
Yes,
right? Because it's a very
yes,
poignant statement for who she is.
yes, and she is getting braver. She is with each episode, each arc. Nami is getting braver. We've actually there's been multiple comments left on our videos of pay attention to the names Robin calls the rest of the crew, the other Straw
Yeah.
Hats. And this one I wrote down right here because Robin's talking about, before she's talking about the rest of the crew. She's referencing Usopp, and she says long nose. And I was like, I guess that's better than liar, but like to call him long nose, I was like, that's the term, like Nami's navigator,
Yeah.
Zoro's swordsman, Sanji's cook, but like long nose, she couldn't have called him like engineer. She couldn't have called him.
He gets a different kind of insult name at every
He
turn,
does.
I feel like, because remember what was the last one they called him? They called him, didn't Luffy call him the liar? Like when he was like the navigator, the liar. So he's getting a different name. I wonder if part of this, right, is Usopp finding his own grounding, right, creating who he is to the group. But he does do stuff, okay? People really brush that off, but man's been fixing the boat for like 6 arcs.
He built Nami's weapon. He, like you said, repairs the ship.
With party tricks that she figured out, in all fairness.
Yes. But he does like a lot of stuff. Like he's an integral part of this saving Sanji and all of that, which we can get into. Like Usopp does show up.
Yeah. I really do feel like he gets a bad rap, and it's not fair.
He does. He does.
So moving perfectly into Sanji and Usopp, right? Sanji and Usopp finally wake up. And Sanji's immediate thing, first of all, I think it's so funny that he always calls her Nami Swan. If you want to call me Jordan Swan, have at it, dude. Like, sure. Thank you. And then he immediately is like, gotta find Nami, and locks in, right? He's immediately ready to save the ladies, and we're pumped about it.
Yes. I was pumped about it. I wrote this down. I enjoyed seeing this. He's dreaming of Nami, and then he wakes up to go. He's like, "Where is she? She could be in danger." And then he climbs a rope flying in the air to save her. He even tells Usopp, like, "I would sacrifice you to save Nami." And then he's all of this to save Nami. He says, if Enel harmed like a hair on Nami's head or anything like that, he would become Enel's personal blue sea like nightmare or something like that. And I was like, again, when we talk about who stands out in these arcs, Alabasta was like very strong Sanji arc.
Yeah.
In this part, when it comes to like making a plan, executing it, and fighting, Sanji is doing some work right now against Enel. He's trying to save Nami.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if we want to talk ships.
Yeah, I know, but yep.
But that's it.
Yep.
And then Usopp is, I laughed at this, right? Because I even made this joke, right? Is it smite? And he's making those jokes. I was like, me and Usopp are on the same page right now. Are you getting smited or are you getting smote? I need to look at these tenses so I can appropriately describe what's happening here. And he tries to help, but Nami still gets zapped.
Yeah, yes. And we have a comment, and I so agree with this. Usopp is underappreciated because he's a normal man trying to keep up with all of these monsters. So true. They're all super strong, and Usopp is just doing his best and helping save the day. Like, I agree. Oh, this is a good comment too. Sanji says he would sacrifice Usopp to save Nami, but it's a lie. He ends up sacrificing himself, of course, because Sanji's awesome. And I took it as a joke. Like, I took it as like a friendly joke between like Usopp and Sanji being like, I would sacrifice, like, but we know like,
that's
that Sanji
that's something
I'd
probably say to you, just like
you would. Well, remember when we watched Kobe and Home at both episodes, you said you'd jump in the water to save me. So you did say you would save me.
I don't know. You're gonna have to run that tape back. I'm gonna need a clip.
I mean, hey, it's recorded. So
Sanji's just looking for like what some of my favorite
Yes.
humor that we get in the anime that they really missed out on the live action is like when you get to see like he's like lying there dead pretty much and he like has a cigarette coming out of his mouth or he reaches for one. I find that so funny. I love those little like I love little details like that.
Yes, I wrote this down. This was my favorite scene in this stretch of episodes. Iconic when Sanji gets like super zapped, right? Like Enel's like
Mhm.
600 million lightning bolt. He said something else, or like he's
Six
cranking up
bajillion.
6 bajillion lightning bolts, and he hits Sanji direct head on with the lightning bolt. And
Yeah.
Sanji's just standing there, and he's like, "Thanks, I
And he's
needed a light." Iconic, amazing, love Sanji.
he is
Yes.
literally a legend. His comments again in Skypiea, I just respect Sanji so much yet again. I think he's hilarious. He had me when he was mad on the boat and he was like, "It's my turn. Everybody shut up. This is my game now."
He's like, "I okay, everybody, you had your chance. I
It
respect
was
his
bad.
plans. I respect
Yeah.
it." He comes through and has such, like, iconic, amazing, like, badass moments because in Alabasta with his phone call that he's Mr. Prince, and then
Oh, yeah.
kind of like the sleight of hand of Chopper being the decoy and coming up with that and
Yeah.
saving the day in Alabasta, and then here being zapped and then being like, "Thanks, I needed a light." And he stays standing up, long enough to ensure like, he does pass out, again, he got super zapped by Enel's lightning power,
Yeah.
but he does stay standing for quite some time, like, he doesn't just immediately keel over.
Yes, absolutely. Um, and then oh, and he also then goes as far, right? So they're up in the arc now. They all finally make it up in the arc because Usopp helps take them up through his like rope
Mm,
belt.
mhm, mhm, mhm. Yeah.
Um, and when they finally get up there, right? Sanji disappears. Sanji's gone.
Yes.
And they're all doing all this stuff on the boat. Sanji's disabled the boat. Sanji was again, he is always this is why I respect him so much, okay? The man with the plan, we said it back in Alabasta, and he always has a plan. And I just the same
Mhm.
reason that Wiper grinds me is the same reason that I love Sanji. We've got a plan.
Yes. Yes. And then there's a comment here too, which is so accurate as well. Nami using her weather knowledge
Mm,
against Enel was super smart. I
yeah.
completely agree with that. Um,
My dream is to see her staff get like really beefed up because if that staff was more than like the initial party trick and it was like really usable, imagine what she could do because she really does know
mm,
exactly what she's doing weather-wise.
and maybe that's coming for us. We might see that in future arcs. We
It
hope
would be
so.
awesome. It would be awesome.
Yes. Yes, it would be awesome. Um, and then also, so Usopp pulls off the clutch rescue for Sanji, accidentally forgetting to unhook a line which perfectly swings them into the safety of the clouds.
Yes.
Usopp.
Even on accident.
Usopp. Yes. Yes. Um, even on accident, being extremely helpful. And it's interesting here too, because it's the clouds are like these like buoyant things they can jump into.
Yeah.
I remember being stressed because in real life
Thought they were gonna fall through it. Yeah, that was my thought too. I
you would just
honestly,
fall.
even though they do bounce and stuff, like my brain instantly goes, "Ugh." Like so it's like it never
Mhm.
it never became reality for me. I was just like, "Oh, don't do it."
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, don't do it. The fear for sure.
Okay, so moving into Skypean citizens, right, and the angels. So Gonfall, when he makes it to the city, realized that, God's shrine was ruined and that Enel slaughtered 650 of his
Yeah.
divine knights. Um, and something I thought about here, and we've talked about it a bit, right, is that Wiper and the Shandorians deserve their land back. And as we learn more about how Gonfall handled the conflict. Something I really struggled with is while he comes across as the most noble of our leader options, should
Mhm.
Enel fall and Wiper fall, right? Um, but I'm really struggling with him because I also don't think it's right. Um, and what I mean by that is, do they even deserve the land? Like, do they even deserve access to
Mm.
the land? Because they've been talking about this compromise. But something I started to really struggle with is like, if that was your land and you got shot up on an upstream and other people start to covet it, that doesn't give them the right to force you to compromise, I guess. And so I started to
Mm.
really struggle ethically with my thoughts on this. And if that was Gonfal's approach, does that even make you the right leader either? Um,
Mm.
because I don't know, there wasn't really an ask, there was a fight and then a tell of compromise, and I really did start to think, in reality, what we've experienced, right, in life and history, um, and I really struggled with calling Gonfall right anymore.
Interesting. Yeah. I think that what we love about One Piece is, and we love to find this in One Piece, what historical events we think are reflected in the episodes. I
Mhm.
definitely think and we said this in our previous episode as well, that it's a reflection of some things that have happened in real life that obviously, we wouldn't agree with, like, that
Right.
sort of thing. I think it's interesting. A note that I wanted to say, in addition to what you said, um, I think it's appropriate and, like, that makes sense. I agree with you on, like, can we call Gonfall right?
Mhm.
He's the most level-headed, I suppose, out of, like, Viper and then obviously not Enel, but, like, he's the most level-headed in this dynamic. Um, Earlier, I thought it was actually very profound, and we didn't touch on this. When they're inside the snake, Luffy, Gonfall, and Isa, when it's the 3
Mhm.
of them before Nami joins, Isa is understandably enraged at Gonfall because she
Mhm.
views, like, the land of her, or like her people's homelands has been taken over by the Skypeans. They're fighting to get their homeland back. And she obviously, understandably, sees Gonfall as a symbol of that. So even as a child, she was going to basically try to KO
Mhm.
Gonfall, and Luffy stops her. And I thought that was really profound, because Gonfall as well there, it was a very interesting touch to the story, says that if it would solve things, go ahead, and he doesn't
Mm.
stop her, like he does not. Luffy stops Isa from doing it, but she does it. I actually thought it was going to be,
Yeah.
I thought the story was going to go, she's a little girl, she's going to not do it, but she follows
She
through.
went for it.
She tries to do it. It's Luffy who stops her. But Gonfall says, if it would solve anything, I would let you do it. I would let you do this to me, I think is what he says. So I agree with what you're saying, struggling to see Gonfall as right. I think he's trying to help the Straw Hats, and he's level-headed in this moment against, like, Wiper, we're
Yeah.
seeing is, like, you know what I mean? We've talked
It's
about
just
Wiper.
it is a very dynamic part of One Piece, whereas I feel like on
Mhm.
every other island we went to, we knew, like, for example, I'll use Dalton, right? Dalton was the right step
Yeah.
up. Um, I don't feel like we have that clean resolution here. Um, and it- I I think that if they're struggling, because we talked a lot about crops, right? And that's really what it all comes down to and why it
Yes.
becomes holy to them and what the Skypeans need. Um, then in my opinion, you got a trade business. You're not entitled to my land. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
something is just I don't know, will there be some form of new leadership because we're just not getting, or some form of a redemption arc that'll really kind of clear this up. Compromise is something I'm really struggling with here uh, is it necessary? Is it right?
I would agree, and I can see that. And that is what I love about One Piece. I
Mhm.
love finding the themes in our that reflect our world. When we in our Skypiea part 1, to your point, is that I was like, this is a messed up system.
Yeah.
Skypiea is corrupt.
Yeah.
Skypiea looks like this wonderful place. It's like up in the sky, looks pretty.
Yeah.
People have wings and all
Angels.
that.
God.
Exactly. But the whole, like, scam with the Amazon lady, and just, like, they're trying to entrap you, and then we find out they took the Shandorians' homeland on top of that. Skypiea is corrupt, and you would be right, Gonfall would be a part of that system, and he
Yeah.
would be a perpetrator of that system.
Exactly. Because it's like you still weren't right when you were in charge. My
Yeah.
apologies, but it's just true. Um,
But he is trying to fight Enel at this moment. He is one of the Avengers there to fight Enel in this moment.
yes. And then, if you're okay with me talking about the white berets a bit,
Yes, yes.
um, color me shocked. So Conus goes to warn the citizens of that Enel's about to race the island, right? He's going to take all these people out. That's what he's working up to in the Maxim. Um, and the white berets turn around and help with the evacuation, and they say they've been trying to help the divine warriors and that they were prior divine warriors. I was, if there are things that I did not see coming, the white beret redemption arc was the top tier. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't see their redemption arc coming either. I was shocked at
No.
that. And learning their backstory too, that like
Yes.
they took this role to try to help protect the citizens. I didn't see that coming either. I didn't see that coming either.
I
Um
was I was literally like, what? I hated you guys.
yeah, yeah.
My bad.
Um again, perception, right? So I want to talk about your bestie Conus.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Listen, I'm over it. You know what I mean? That was early on. I've forgiven her. Not a lot of big
Yes.
feelings on her at this point.
Yes. So Conus, I loved this because she sees the error of her ways, and I
Mhm.
stand by. She did it out of fear, and
Yeah,
where she was coming from
absolutely.
on that. But Conus risks her life to warn all of Skypiea that Enel plans to destroy the entire island, and the other citizens are like, I don't believe you, and they continue to be like, don't say that. You're gonna be lightning bolt. You're gonna be smoted from the
Yeah. You're gonna
sky.
be
Right? Like it's gonna like they're like, I don't believe you, Conus. And she publicly declares that she refuses to recognize Enel as God, which would be a huge no-no before that, right? Because he
Yeah.
can sense everything, he can hear everything. So they've been living in fear under this like surveillance of Enel. So they're all like gasp and they're afraid, and she encourages others to stop blindly following him. And I loved this too, even though they don't believe her at first, and it takes some convincing. Or they're still afraid. Let's say that they're still afraid. They're not
Yeah.
quite believing her yet. Um, I loved this. She says, like, we can totally, I'm paraphrasing, but she basically says, we can totally like do what you need to do. You can pray about this, but right now we need to save ourselves and we
Yeah.
need to get off this island. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, Conus, come save
Yeah.
the day.
Absolutely. Um, and and then she gets to somebody already commented, then he smites her. He does smite her. She does get smote.
She does. Oh, and then also speaking of that, I again just talking about the overall like themes with her and her dad. Um Earlier in this part, Enel says that there's a maggot running on the island, and it's one of the escaped divine warriors of Gonfal's previous. It's so
Yeah.
rude to call him a maggot. That's like a living person. And he's like, "There's a maggot running," and they run to Conus and her dad, and he starts to tell the story of like what's really going on with Enel and the divine warriors and what
Yeah.
Enel's done. And then the dad, I started tearing up at this. The dad like just pushes Conus, and you're like,
Yes.
WTF, dad? What are you
Yes.
doing? Why are you pushing her off a cliff? No less. And it was because he knew the smoting would happen,
Yeah.
that Enel would
If
know
there's
where the
if there's one person I think might be dead, it's that man.
I wrote that down too. I'm real worried about him.
Yeah,
I'm
I
real
was
worried about
and like to
Conus's
have your
dad.
dad just like smote in front of you
Sacrifice.
and shove you off. That moment was really hard, especially because like they do that long drawn out like smash or like strike scene and it gets all bright in her eyes. And I was like,
Yeah.
"Mm, mm,
I know, I
mm."
know. Oh, that got me. That got me a little emotional that he did that to save her, and that we think that it may not have ended well for him. I wrote that down. I'm real scared of where he's at right
Yes.
now.
Konos with the bazooka is awesome. Yes, absolutely.
Yes,
Good character growth from someone who's afraid of God. Yes, really, we really did see this growth for her, and she continues just to try to like show up for the Straw Hats, and I think that's awesome.
I agree.
Um,
I really loved her redemption arc, so to speak. I really, yeah.
yes, she had a great one. And then back to Amazon, right? Our gatekeeper. She's out here trying to charge exit fees while the apocalypse is
Yes!
going down. Talk about taking your job seriously, okay?
I was like, she's still trying to collect these fees. Let it go, Amazon. Let
it go,
it
babe.
go.
And then the other thing I wrote is they keep calling it Death Pia, and I was like, it sounds like Coachella lineups, like when somebody headlines and they start calling it like Blackpink Cella, you know what I mean? I was
That
like,
is really
Death
funny.
Pia, okay, we're giving it the Coachella Doomsday.
Now, remind me, the Death Pia is the cloud, the huge thunder cloud, right?
Yeah, it's like what he calls like what he's gonna do. He calls it Death
which
Pia.
calls back to Nami's basically like weather knowledge and skills because he's trying to do a weather cloud attack. So that makes total sense with her powers and her weapon and her knowledge.
The old lady is getting her bag, don't hate.
I'm not gonna. I was just like, "Is now the time?"
Listen, sometimes we gotta take some L's.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so this is interesting that I wanted to talk to you about, and I wanted to know how you felt. So one of the things they're talking about is that they're gonna shoot old Jaya, let's call it, or the upper yard, back down into the blue sea, right?
Yes.
And the Shandorians, the native Shandorians they show, are like scared of it. And I thought, you'd be going home though. If presuming in a perfect world, the island perfectly lands, right? Wouldn't you be going home?
You would. I think my worry, you're right. They would be going back to like line up with the other half of Jaya or the part of Jaya that like is empty now.
Which is their home. They're from the blue sea.
That's true. But I think you gotta where my mind went is that impact. Like he's gonna
That's what I was saying. In a perfect world where they live.
Right.
And they land down because the way they were talking about their fear wasn't really about the island falling so much as like they were scared to go to the blue sea was how I took it. And maybe I misunderstood that. But I was like, wouldn't you want to go back? Isn't that valid? Home? Or I guess maybe they don't know that's home.
Oh, do they know? That's a good question.
Do they know they're from the blue sea?
Do they have? I think so. They've got to know the stories of 400 years ago. A huge event happened and were shot in the sky. I would think.
Yeah, and I mean they have wings.
This is interesting. Because in Skypiea, when we see like because when we see the statue of Kalgra, the great warrior, he has wings. But he is from 400 years ago.
And from Jaya.
So the the Shandorians had wings back in the day. So I'm fascinated by the wing lore here.
Yeah. We don't, and again, the beanstalk was already in the sky. But the snake would have come from the island?
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming. Because Enel says it's been there a really long time, and he's annoyed by the snake. So I'm assuming either the snake was on the beanstalk.
It's weird, right? Like
it is.
It's like it doesn't all line up.
Yes. And yeah, it's interesting that they've always had wings, even all back then. So
really home if you've been living in a different place for centuries? No, right? So that's
like so true.
Fear. But at the end of the day, right? If your goal is to reclaim, like I would think you'd want to go back, or at least to see it. Because what if
that's true?
I don't know. We don't know what his dying wish was.
We don't. Yeah. So I guess there's more to Skypiea. So we might see what ends up happening with this and all of that. So that's actually, you bring up a really good point. My mind went impact when they'd hit the water, but you're right. Like, yeah, that's right. Okay. So I also thought in all of this, I was happy to see that the some Skypieans said, hey, we need to warn the Shandorians that Enel's doing this. Because obviously they've been at war for a very long time. There's a lot of understandable animosity between the two of them. But I was happy to see some were like, no, we need to go warn the Shandorians that this is happening.
Right.
And I think that really ties into like where we're going to see some of these character journeys go, because we see Conus, right? Like we see her redemption's a really strong word, because
Yeah, because she
it's, you
wasn't
know what I
like,
mean?
listen, she almost goofed, but she's not
Yeah.
like Wiper who needs a redemption arc, in my opinion. She's just like, she was scared.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So we're kind of seeing her again outwardly reject Enel and face
Yeah.
that huge fear and try to help save everybody else. I'm really curious to see where the story goes now with these fights between the different groups. So Enel, Straw Hats, Enel's goals with the Maxim and all of that. Skypeans, Shandorians, and we kind of end it too. So the Skypeans go and they warn the Shandorians. The chief says that, basically the great warrior Kalgara will protect us, and we see a statue of the great warrior Kalgara.
Yes. And again, we just don't know enough about him yet.
Yeah, we don't know. So I we'll see kind of like what that means. And he has a wish. The chief tells young Wiper that, and that's why Wiper's doing what Wiper's doing.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
So there's more to learn.
Yeah, and we really just wrap up this episode like we talked about, right? We've got Straw Hats on the boat that are trying to take down Enel, and Enel is stirring the Maxim. I guess we shouldn't call it a boat. It's an arc. Is what he again,
Yeah.
they're really on the nose with these references, right? An arc.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
and he's he's brewing up some clouds. He's starting to take down places, and um that's not good.
No. It is not. It's gonna be a big altercation, I think, is coming for us next.
Yes. Um, this is probably a comment for the end of the arc, but do you guys think that they'll be able to do a good job with the arc in the live action first arc that's crazy
Ooh.
in design? Um, I think it might be easier than Alabasta, kind of. Don't you? If you
Mm.
have a solid set, Alabasta I would think would be harder because there was a lot more impactful creatures that I think that they cannot get around that they
Ooh,
did in
yeah.
Drum Kingdom, right? They were able to kind of over some of those. But you can't really do that, right? You got a crab that moves you. You've got a
Mhm.
camel that moves you. You've got the
Mhm.
supersonic duck squad.
Yeah, I love them! Supersonic Deck Squad.
Right. You've got Pell who can fly it. Excuse me. So I actually think Alabasta will be a much harder arc to recreate. And that's actually
Mm,
what I'm very interested in personally than Skypiea, right? Because if you had a set, they don't actually fly even. So you just have a
true.
cool, you know, lightning seems feasible.
True. I would wonder if it's CGI clouds, but
Yeah.
honestly, the world is so detailed and expansive. All these seasons, I'm sorry, all the arcs that are going to be translated into seasons are going to be challenging to one degree. I'm super excited. We know that they just wrapped filming on season 3 of the live action.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Cannot wait to watch it. And I can't wait to see what they do with Skypiea to this arc. Like,
Yeah.
I cannot wait. Are they going to put the Pegasus in the live action?
Oh yeah,
Can
the
they?
Pegasus. How would Gonfall get around? They have to, right?
Yeah, true. But then again, you also said like the giant crab in Alabasta that takes them
Yeah.
from place A to place B. Like, what are they gonna? So
Noah's Ark, my least favorite ship, the Ark Maxim. That's hilarious.
yeah.
Um, uh, people say that it would be hard, but building set in clouds seem harder than building a desert. Yeah, I'm not really worried about the desert so much as landscape. It's more just like the features of it, right? The other the impactful beings that we didn't really get to see recreated in some of the other arcs. I just wonder how big their budget is, but um I imagine pretty big.
Is Caro gonna be in season 3, the live
He
action? Are we
has
gonna see
to.
Caro? Yeah, I mean we have to,
But he
right?
hasn't yet. So is he going to meet her in Alabasta? It'll be really interesting. Also, it'll be really interesting to see because we figured out right Scorpion and all that was fillers. Like, how are they going to have
Mm-hmm.
him leave? Ace leave?
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Was that mix of canon and filler?
Yes.
So I wonder, I do wonder how they're gonna,
Yeah.
have that be. Oh, I just saw this comment. It just flashed in front of my eyes. So sorry, squirrel, and I saw it. The knock-up stream might be hard to adapt. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
point.
That's
That's a
really,
very
really
valid
good
point.
point.
Um Yeah, for the most part, honestly, the hardest part might be
Geyser,
the
it's like a
arc maxim.
geyser. Oh, yeah, well, I guess a good question is, are they gonna do CGI mixed in with the live
Yeah,
actors, or are they gonna rebuild all these sets? I don't know what they did in,
yeah.
well, I know that the dinosaurs were CGI. I don't think they, had those, but I mean,
They were real.
Jurassic Park did. Jurassic Park had animatronics, so maybe. Um, but yeah, they were, yes.
Karu's the goat. Yeah, no, 100%. Karu, like, I think he's a significant part. He made me some of the most
Yeah.
emotional I was.
Oh, like we said multiple times, if anything happens to Karu, we
Yeah,
riot. Like,
yeah, yeah.
flipping tables.
He did
Yeah.
so much. Yeah, it'll I I'm really excited to see. I've just gotta be honest with you. I just cannot wait to see more Nico Robin, especially in Alabasta.
Ooh, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
am pumped for Nico Robin in Alabasta.
Same. Same. I'm excited for Crocodile. I have a weird obsession with Crocodile as a villain. I have many theories that continue on
Ever since
Crocodile.
ever since you
We
switched to
talked
the
about.
sub, you've been real different about Crocodile.
He's a villain. Like, he's a bad dude, but I there's more to Crocodile. I know it. I no longer think there's a person inside him as a suit, as a flesh suit, like Nightmare Before Christmas or something. I don't think that anymore. But I don't think we've seen the last of Crocodile. And I'm very curious to see how that's adapted into the live action.
Yes. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy to see it now that we know. But also, here's one of my biggest fears, right? Is I feel like in my head, right? Because I'm crazy. I'm like, we need to be done with anime by the time that the live action comes out. Because what if we get
Oh
more like
yeah.
I don't want spoilers. The thing
Oh
that we know about, like
yeah.
knowing Garp that is monkey or monkey is Luffy's like grandpa, it's like you know what I mean? So it's like I'm kind of scared to like it's like I feel like in my mind I'm like I gotta be caught up by the live
Yeah,
action
yeah. Well, we know it's wrapped filming. I wonder when it's released, but I agree because
next year.
yeah, and we've gotten that too, as feedback of it's a real. This might be spicy, so I'm sorry, but it's a real disservice that the to new fans that haven't seen it yet, that the live action put some really big things so early, like that whole speech between Garp and Goldie Roger, all that. That's in the
Yeah.
live action at the beginning of season 2. Like you said, knowing that Garp is Monkey's grandpa, we've gotten some commentary that that's a disservice the live action did. So, but we love the live action and we love the anime.
Yeah. I mean, that's how we
But
got
you're
here
right.
too. So can't hate the
Yeah.
journey.
Can't hate the journey. Can't hate the journey. Oh, they need to nail Vivi's goodbye. Agreed.
Oh my god, I'm
1000%.
so nervous for that. I'm gonna cry.
Yes.
I'm gonna cry a
I
lot. That
know.
was honestly that and the will you still call me your
Yeah. That gotcha. That
I'm gonna keep
gotcha.
thinking about that.
That
You
gotcha.
shouldn't get big
That gotcha.
spoils. People downplay it, but it's actually a big change they made with Garp. I do think that. I do
Yeah.
think that we have some theories as a result of that that maybe we shouldn't have at this point.
Yeah, like we've got some theories on what happens because of what we picked up. But
Yeah.
honestly, though, that scene between Goldie Roger and Garp hooked me on the series. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm
Yeah.
invested.
It was
What
your
you're
first
putting
ship.
down? It was my first ship, which is like so controversial to say. I'm not shipping them
I
genuinely, but
don't.
I was like, that is a moment of like Goldie Roger had to so trust Garp to be like, hey, I have, and in the live action, he says the word son in the live action. I have a
Yeah.
son either on the way or I have a son, and can you basically look after him because I'm not going to be around. I mean, that's a huge thing to ask of
Yeah.
someone. Huge
Yeah.
thing. So he had to know Garp on an
And they
intimate
have to
level,
yeah,
whatever that
exactly. They have to
means.
know each other.
Yeah,
They gotta
because
be knowing.
you just don't ask a stranger to watch your child.
No.
If
Especially a stranger that's your enemy.
Yes, he's a Marine. Garp's a Marine.
He's about to take you to the gallows, my guy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's the curse of foresight. They want to foreshadow better. That's true.
That makes sense. And it
Little
hooked
you
us.
guys know you're
It
building
did.
great build up for the next arc. Yeah, we hear great things. Past Long Ring. We call it Long Island because I cannot
Because it is Long
I
Island.
call
It
it the
says
Long
Long
Island
Island at
Media
the
Mark.
end.
I can't it's
Yes.
like such a tongue twister. I'm like, I call it the Long Island Media Mark. That's what we're watching.
Yes. Yes. And Long Island is in the title. So that's how I remember it, Long Island. And
Yeah,
I
it's like
can't
Long
not
Ring,
say it.
Long Land or something like that. Subs down to Riverside, ladies and gentlemen. But as a longtime fan, seeing these moments was also like, oh my god, it was always there. Which is a heck of a feeling when you know those arcs so well. Yes. Um, as someone caught up, I honestly think the live action spoilers
Mhm.
has been handled quite excellently. I don't think I saw anybody who's had a worse experience because of them. No, I mean we still love it. Don't get me wrong, we love it. We just think that
Mhm.
from our perspective, we get a little bit of a leg up for somebody who just watched the anime, you know, of like some ideas that we have that maybe somebody would not have at this point and what we believe to be true. We could still be wrong. That's just what we believe.
Yeah.
Um,
True.
is the final episode of Skypiea going to be Wednesday? Yes. Yes, that'll be the final episode of Skypiea. We'll do the Long Island Medium and then we'll go into Water 7. I think we're doing Water 7 in 4 episodes.
Which we're super excited.
Yes, very excited.
Oh, we have a comment. You guys will never want to put the story down. I'm assuming like once like here on out, which we're very excited for. It
And
is ramping up. It is
yeah.
absolutely ramping up.
Yeah, every arc gets more serious. I think also the pacing of Sky Island was a little, or Skypiea was a little bit better than Alabasta. Alabasta was a little bit longer.
Mm,
So I think we're also getting some faster pacing as well. Please skip that. It's not a filler. Oh
it's
my
not.
gosh. So we did get a lot of comments like you shouldn't do this, but it is canon. And my husband, first of all, my husband loves Foxy.
The
Something.
Foxy Pirates.
Yes, and then he said that there's 2 episodes in it towards the end that are important from a marine standpoint.
Okay.
Don't know what that means, but we got to see it out because it is not listed as filler. And what if it means something later?
True. What if we get more theories from it? What if we get
Yeah.
this is a joke. This is a joke. Again, this is kind of spicy. So my husband obviously has watched One Piece, but like he'll watch certain episodes with me, like while I'm watching for our notes and everything. He was like, I will not watch this arc again.
My husband sat down and he was like, oh, I love Foxy.
Mine had the complete opposite reaction. He's like, I will not watch this again.
He's like, he's my favorite. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I'm like, okay. I'm like, wow, I feel encouraged. I feel excited. But there are parts at the end that are filler. Oh, so there are parts at the end of this arc that are filler. Interesting.
Yeah. We're going off of, we're using Crunchyroll. That's how we're using it. Cause that typically tells you pretty straightforward what's filler and what's canon. Because at first we were watching filler and we are like, oh, we can't be doing that.
Yeah.
Foxy is better than Buggy in my opinion. That's a big take. That's a big take. You know, the one thing that I see a lot of like on par with Straw Hat stands is ladies love Buggy.
I don't get it. I appreciate you. I appreciate your feedback. I support. I don't get the Buggy love. I don't. But don't come for me online. I respect him as a character, and I think he's an integral part of the plot. I think he has.
Oh no,
he's in the plot. He's big part of the plot. Yeah. I feel like he's
going to be a real thing throughout this entire story because he's everywhere. Once he was in the backstory with Shanks too, I was like, oh. And now Ace was the last we saw, right? Ace showed up on his ship. So it's like, babe, you're in it. You're in it. Yeah. It's just a matter of where you're going to be in it.
And also, big part of it, like, again, talking about Garp and Gold D. Roger, those vibes for me are Shanks and Buggy too. Like, friends, then they became enemies, animosity, long grudges held, you know. So Shanks and Buggy, I'm very curious.
A crazy grudge, okay, though?
Well, like, yeah, it was crazy. I agree.
Shanks should have shoved him at this point.
No, Shanks,
I'd respect it more. Of course not. But if he had, I'd have been like, you know what? Good for you. Down to clown. I can't.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
It weirds me out, guys. Weirds me out.
You guys were ready for some clown puns, and that's
okay, something. So there's a comment above that's G8 is filler, but it's really good. I have seen that in comments on our videos, like people saying that the filler arc in between Skypiea and Longland, that one, is really good and entertaining, but it's filler.
Maybe we'll go back and watch it one day. Because again, my life goals are to be like way ahead by season 3. Yes. Even if we get like way more ahead, I feel like by that point in time they won't be spoiling too far ahead. Hopefully, yeah. I just want to be like my brain is like good there.
Yeah. Yes. Same.
Are you gonna read the cover stories? Actually, so we get a lot of comments about the cover stories and what they say, but I don't know, like, are they just cover stories? Like, are they the first page of, like, the manga? Or, like, how do you? Because I downloaded the Shonen Jump app, and I'm started with, I'll never pass, like, where we watch, but I wanted to get especially, like, East Blue, just so I can, like, keep going through it, you know? But I'm not really sure let me know where I can watch the cover or read the cover stories because I would be interested in that for sure. That's where they give, like,
Mm,
some of the
mhm.
extra insight that people
That would
leave.
be interesting.
And I think it's important, right? Because I think, whenever an author tells you something, especially with the way they word it, is important. So,
True.
like, I don't like to see summaries of things. I wanna know exactly what they said because sometimes the word makes the difference. You know what I mean?
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, no, I complete yes. Well, we even talked about that with, just reading subtitles, like, if we need to read the subtitles, like, it's actually just the difference in words. Actually, in Skypiea, there was something I didn't mention, in this section of episodes,
Hmm.
there's a change of words where it's like, I'll find but it basically was the differences between, like, pain and a different word, and it completely changed, like, reading what was on the screen and hearing what was said completely changed the meaning.
Oh, because 'cause
Like
you're doing what I'm doing where it's like the
mhm.
subtitles. So if you watch in English and you put the English subtitles on, they're different than the actual words that are being said, and I think it's because what we believe is that the subtitles are actually matching the Japanese subtitles. So we've
Mhm,
been doing
mhm.
both that because then you can kinda, like, get an idea of what's happening
And the
in
word
both
change,
languages.
the difference between what was said and what you read made it completely different meaning. And I was like,
Yes,
"Why did it change it like that?"
that's what I like to do too because I think that sometimes language doesn't have a one-to-one in meaning.
Mm,
Um,
true.
and so sometimes I do like, especially because we did come from that manga webtoon route, like roots, that there are phrases, right, that are said that mean something a little bit different that we are used to reading. So when we read it in that context, it makes sense to us a little bit more than the English translation might.
Mhm, mhm. Oh, I completely agree. It's been a lot more context is given that way, so that's cool.
Okay.
There's a lot of Foxy fans in the chat and a lot of
Yeah.
Buggy fans as well.
Buggy can scratch your back from across the
Oh,
room though. That's amazing.
that yes.
Back
There's
scratcher.
an A back scratcher, that would be very nice. That would be I don't mean to interrupt this comment, this laugh. That is hilarious. We have another comment
Oh, okay.
that says, "Gotta get that Wapple side story."
Oh.
Our friend Wapple. I
He
have
has a side story?
he is a side story apparently, and I'm like, "Oh my god, Wapple."
Wapple?
Wapple, per the comment, Wapple.
Oh,
Wapple.
okay.
I was hoping
God.
it might be the end of Wapple.
No.
I was
Here's my
but
fear is everybody keeps coming back,
I
man.
think so. I
Are we
don't
all
think
just going down the
anyone's
Grand Line
done.
together? It's like a
Question, d
caravan at this point.
yeah, you're so I mean, yes, it's gonna be all the villains together, all the people they fight. Maybe, I
Nice.
don't know.
I
Yeah.
don't like that.
I mean,
Oh.
now but, like, think about the villains we know so far. Could you see Wapple teaming up with Crocodile or Enel? Like, the 3 villains
No.
we strongly
Oh.
know.
His best bet is to
Yeah.
eat a villain.
Mhm. I guess so.
Then does he become like Kirby where he has both their powers?
Yes. Yes, I feel like
He becomes like a little mini Kirby crocodile. Like
right?
sand.
Wapple weirds me out, man.
Sand from the Munch Munch Factory. I'll never
I
get over the Munch Munch Factory. That name will live rent free with me
that's
and my 12-year-old brain, okay?
that's funny. We have a comment that says that I'll be a
Uh,
Foxy stan. I'm calling it now. I guess we'll have to see. I am
we'll
not far
see.
enough. I've not met Foxy yet. I'm on the island, but I've not met Foxy yet.
Long Island.
I'm on Long
Um,
Island.
is there
So I
something
guess
on
we'll
the
see
cover?
if I am a fan.
A picture tells 1,000 words. Oh, about the cover stories or the pictures on front. Foxy fans are the reasonable ones. Bucky fans are part of a cult. Oh, teach their own. If it's the
Teach
circus,
their own.
so be it.
Yeah,
You know,
that's true.
if not for whatever makes you happy in life, why do it?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Then there's someone named Porsche. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. Also, you guys should do the lives more often. Well, thank you guys. Thanks for hanging out
Aw.
with us. We had a lot of
Yes.
fun. Maybe we'll do it for Long Island. We'll see. We'll see how many notes we have. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Did you guys like the new format of more like grouping than episodes? A little clunky because it's the first time and it's live, but let us know what you think because I think we're gonna try to do that just to make it. We were going like back and forth a lot, and we're like, we want to be able to do like a more clean end to end on certain topics.
Yes,
I just want
let us
y'all
know
to
if
know
you
I'm
like it.
actually biting my knuckles not to say anything. Well, that is about what?
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
We're all friends here. I'm just kidding.
Is it something we said about Skypiea? Is it about the Foxy Pirates?
Is it about Buggy? Is it between?
Yeah. Is it about Buggy and Shanks? Is it about yeah?
My brain instantly went back to the ship, and I was like, Sheridan, what?
Wow.
Can you imagine? No, I can't. I can't. The vibes. The vibes would be crazy. Okay. Oh, the format feels similar, to be honest. Didn't notice a big difference. Okay, hopefully that's good.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to take that as a positive thing because yes.
Yes.
Means
Last
we-
thoughts
yes.
on the Mary fixing itself. Oh my gosh. So we're gonna have to talk more about this in our next episode because we do break it down by like we literally take notes as we go. So we give you guys exactly where we're at. And don't talk about anything that like if we're ready for the next part. We literally only talk about our notes and what we know and actually said at that point in time. I think we're gonna leave Skypiea with a lot of mysteries. Which is the first arc in which that's true.
Interesting. At this point, where we're at in episodes, no idea who fixed the ship. I thought it was
No
Cricket. It's not been confirmed.
I low-key thought the way they showed it, it kind of looked like the bird.
Oh, maybe.
Because it was like the eye, you know?
Maybe.
That's on stream forever, but you know what I mean?
We don't know who fixed the ship or to this comment, does it fix itself or what's going on with it? I want to know. Yeah. I want to know so bad. Well, I'm fixated on it. I'm fixated.
Yeah, there are several mysteries in Skypiea that I am bothered about a lack of closure on. And that to me says a lot.
Yeah, like where are we going to get that?
Right.
Is it going to be
because if we didn't close the book on it, why didn't we close the book on that?
Yeah,
I don't think it's a plot hole. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Interesting.
I do not. I think that when you have a writer like this, in my mind, Oda knows exactly where this is going. And when you have when you have such a clear vision like that, something this early, it's very Taylor Swift. Don't get mad. It's true. It's very Easter eggy. And so you're kind of so if you're leaving me with a mystery, my brain goes, that's not a like there's a reason you didn't tell me and you're hoping I forget.
Yes.
That is not I.
That is not I. We are getting comments in the chat and I'm so excited to read them. So first off, the mask was completely torn off. Yes, a mask is not just easy to pick up. I am fixated on this. Who is fixing the ship? Who was the ghost that Usopp saw?
By themselves in the night.
By themselves in the night.
And also why?
Why? And they knew what the ship looked like pre-upgrades.
Before, yeah.
Pre-updates.
Which would have been in the Blue Sea.
Would have been in the Blue Sea. Also, there's a comment that said Sheridan should keep a record of her theories because she'll be vindicated one day, and I am extremely excited about that comment. Oh. I'm like, which one?
You need like a notebook.
Crocodile is it. There's someone inside Crocodile. He's wearing a suit.
That's the one.
That's the one. Mop-Butt Cricket's 400 years old.
That would be sick.
That would be crazy.
If he was, the only here's the flaw in that thought, right?
Which one? Which one?
Well, in the Mont Blanc Cricket one, is his whole thing was like, well, not. I mean, the way he worded it, right? But in the scheme of things, he was trying to kind of like redeem his family. So, like, if he knew about it, then he would have known it existed. You know what I mean?
I know that now.
I know you know. I'm just saying that's like that would be the only.
There's a comment. There's a secret stowaway on board. Again, I'm such a squirrel. I'm so sorry. Like looking at the comments, I'm like, I feel bad.
You're doing good.
I'm like,
no. I was like, I was like, I'm getting distracted. You know me. I'm like,
no. Same. You know me getting distracted.
Someone definitely fixed it. Just wait 600 episodes and it might be addressed well.
Oh, I hope not that long.
Here's the thing is that we're binge watching, okay? I'm skipping that intro and recap. I'm gonna make it through.
True, but there
Keep it running.
So someone commented there's a secret stowaway on board, and I'm like, honestly, that's not outside of the realm of possibility. I don't think they'd drop a
No.
spoiler like that in the chat. I don't think they're gonna do that to us.
Oh my God.
But it's not outside of who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Is
Yeah.
it a ghost? Is it some, like, who is it? It's a little man
A ghost.
who lived in Crocodile. That's actually hilarious.
He actually got out.
Got out. Or a little woman inside Crocodile like a jacket. That's so funny. The only reason I thought that in Alabasta is because of his eyes
Yeah,
and
no,
his
eyes.
stitches.
There was a scene because I was
Yes.
laughing at you, and then you and I did
Right.
a live react and watched it together, and there was a scene with his eyes, and I was like, actually, that's not.
Oh, he
That's
being
a little
controlled?
weird.
Yes, but okay. So other theories that could be right. Maybe one day we'll find out. Maybe and be
You
vindicated.
should write down that question in your thoughts. I do think that we should talk about at the end of Skypiea the outstanding questions we still have because, like I said, we have quite a few mysteries that go unsolved. And
Yeah.
we got to think about that.
Who took the cookie from the cookie jar? We do need to think about that. We do.
What other races do you guys think the Straw Hats will meet? Oh, races. I don't know why I immediately thought like horse race.
Oh,
Like speed. No, what other races do you guys think they'll meet besides fishmen and giants?
oh, I don't even know.
Here's the thing, it's really endless, and Oda really takes some like creative liberties with like art and how he draws them. So actually that's really hard to, because it's like for him, I just feel like he could make any devil fruit, he could make any being. He really does have an open field of choices.
He does. It's interesting. Also, as far as villains go, do we have confirmation that Arlong has also passed?
I don't think so.
It could be open to anybody. I mean, truly anyone.
Like, are these people? No, didn't he get taken to jail? Didn't he get taken by the Marines, if I remember correctly?
I thought that this was like a fight that happened that Luffy was a winner, just like we see with like Crocodile and stuff. Like, I thought that this was like a fight.
Because the Navy was involved because there's the mouse ears guy who created the whole problem. See, that's the other thing. He's got mouse ears. Was that an accessory or is that like him?
Yeah, that's so
that's
true.
Another race, right?
That is. He was arrested.
He was arrested.
Okay. Yeah. He was arrested. Okay.
So was Crocodile.
Crocodile was arrested. So they're imprisoned.
Loose ends. I hate them. They'll be back.
Yeah, that's valid. That's valid.
You think prison is going to stop it? I don't.
Valid.
I sure don't.
Valid. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. Again, and again, all these Wapple hints being dropped. A Wapple side story. I'm like, cool, we'll see Wapple again too.
Oh my God. Question, is he going to be Wario or Waluigi when we see him?
That's my favorite joke, Jordan, you have ever made. That Wapple went from Wario.
It was down to the color scheme the same. I was like, I played both these guys. Like, I've seen these Mario parties.
Wario to Waluigi. That's so funny.
Both creepy. Both still
so
creepy.
Funny. Oh, Luffy's bounty is revenge from the mouse Sky. That's why it's so high. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Well,
makes sense.
Yeah. I think, you know what? He was happy about it. I'm happy about it.
Yeah. He
cared. He's like, people are chasing us everywhere.
True. All I remember what I remember the most from that section of episodes is I love Kobe and Luffy's dialogue and how basically like he's Kobe's like, be a good pirate, and Luffy's like, be a good Marine. I loved that dynamic between Luffy and Kobe in that part of the anime.
It'll be interesting to see as we inevitably believe the world government is up to stuff, how that will all shake out in the end. Like when you have like good Marines, bad Marines with good pirates, bad pirates, like it'll be so crazy at the end, and I can't wait for that.
Me too. I'm excited. To see.
It's gonna be like a It's gotta be like a throwdown showdown, right? At the end?
It does. Yeah. And then talking about episode 151 that we did with like the warlord meeting, like the warlord summit, I think that the warlords have different factions. Like I think Mihawk is different than we meet in that episode.
Oh, yeah.
Doflamingo and Kuma like at that table at that event. So it's like and then obviously Crocodile was a warlord. I think they have all their own motivations.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, and figure out who is quote unquote good and bad.
Mhm.
Will you guys be making a most hated villain bounty list? We
Oh, I
could.
would love to. I would love
Oh,
that.
yeah. We could do that.
Yes.
Yeah, I love to hate on villains. As you can tell, it's my forgiveness scale is so short. I'm like dead to me.
Right.
Oh, it's the Aquarius in me. Let it happen.
Yes.
We need a tier list. Yeah, listen, guys, this is stuff that we are prepping for Patreon. So if there's any of that extra content videos that we can add for you, let us know what you're interested in because we will absolutely make those. Because these are just honestly, like these are like coming out of the text messages, like where we're just like voice noting each other and being like, oh my God.
We voice
if you had to rank if you had to rank, oh my God, I know. And then sometimes we're like, stop it. No, write this down. We can't talk.
Right. We meet Sengoku, an admiral, Sengoku.
Yes.
When they introduce
are we keeping up with the hierarchy? This is harder. This is a little bit harder. Just because we're getting the Marines a little bit sideways. Part of me wants like a chart, but then I don't want to Google a chart because then I'm going to find things that I shouldn't find.
Oh,
so I have like a general idea, but definitely harder to know where they're at in seniority. Like I couldn't tell you like who Garp answers to because he's the vice admiral, right?
Oh yeah. Yes, I believe.
So you'd answer the admiral, which would be Sengoku, but then he's a fleet admiral. I don't know
if there's differences there.
Yeah.
Valid. Oh yes, be a good pirate, be a good Marine is favorite. I love that. I just love that whole scene. I love it between them.
Especially after he goes from like the beginning of being like, I hate you.
I know.
Luffy's like, you're weak and I hate you.
Yes. It is filler canon. But some of my favorite character journeys are in Kobe and Helmeppo's episodes. Like Kobe's journey, hands down.
But also, we didn't realize how young they were. Because somebody was like, oh, they're children. And we're going off the live action for ages. Because obviously, like, he looks younger in the anime, but like that's just anime. And in the live action, he's like in his 20s. We're like, what do you mean he's a child?
Yeah. And also,
how young can you join the Navy?
I know Kobe was like very young joining the Marines.
Yeah, I forgot how old he was, but he was young, and I was like, oh.
And being unwillingly a participant on a pirate ship, on Alvida's ship, like how young was Kobe when that first happened to Kobe? Yeah. He didn't want to be on that ship, on Alvida's ship, you know, so.
Please do the most hated bounty list. Okay, no problem, dude. Who has the most hate you guys have? Oh. Huh. I have to think about
who do we hate the most?
Who do I hate the most? I'm trying to think of like a good hate. You know what I mean? Because like I don't like Wapple, but like he doesn't threaten me currently. You know what I mean? Based on where he's at now, it's not like a heavy hate threat. I don't know though, because he did slap Vivi, and that's a real problem.
Wapple, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Who do I hate?
I mean, Bell did
most?
too.
Yeah.
Which is its own topic that still bothers me to this day. Still bothers me.
Bellamy's a good one. I do not like Bellamy.
Oh my God, I think that's it.
You're do not like Bellamy. That's
my body reaction was visceral. I do think it's Bellamy. That's a very valid
Bellamy,
point.
Unless we see more of him, I don't know. But Bellamy, because again, who knows? We probably will meet him again unless he changes his ways. He's a bully. When he beat up Mont Blanc Cricket, I was mad. Yeah. I don't. So Bellamy's up there for me. I don't like.
And he's loud enough and a problem enough just to like keep getting in the way. You know what I mean? Like one of those people just keeps popping up and being the worst. Like he's got big I'm the worst energy for sure. Too many positions. Never Google anything. Oh yeah, no, we don't Google. That's why like some people will be like, oh, like the age difference or like when these years happen. No, like if it's not here, I don't We don't
We
Google
don't
it.
wanna
Or
see it.
or like I'll ask my husband. I'll be like, at this point, can you tell me what I should know?
Yes. Yes. But no Googling. Oh, yeah, we loved the Kobe and Helmeppo story with Garp, and, again, just awesome character journeys, and I thought, like, some really good symbolism for One Piece and, like, its themes, loved it.
Yes. Satori the ball guy trial. Um,
The Spherical Man?
Sphere Man.
The Sphere Man?
So this is another funny thing, just like a little fun 13-year-old joke for you. Again, because we'll watch it. I'm watching it in dub, but I keep the subtitles on, so it gives me the subtitles. Um, and in one language, they call it the trial of spheres, and in another
Mhm.
language, they call it the trial of balls.
Yes. Which is like
I was like, what?
Oh, that's so funny.
So when I was writing notes, I was like, Sheridan, I don't know if I should call this spheres or balls, but I
Yeah.
can't look at you and call it a trial of balls multiple times. I'm sorry, I just can't.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, his voice is, you know who also was very formidable
Hmm.
and who would scare me, but I don't know that I hate him. I just respect that he's scary and intense. Mr. One. But I don't know that I
Mm,
hate Mr. One. I don't. It
no.
just I'm like I
No, I'm
can
thinking
see
like
it.
mortal
He's
enemies.
yeah.
Like people that like if I saw them again, they deserve a good, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's Bellamy for me, I think.
Yeah, Bellamy was great. Um Wobble, yeah, dude, Wobble.
And
It's just
Wapple. Wapple.
yeah.
Wapple was annoying.
Please no
No
hate for my
offense
boy Wiper.
to
Listen,
Yeah.
hate is a strong word for Wiper. I am very
Yeah.
peeved at 90% of the actions he takes. That's different.
But we respect why Wiper
Yes.
did some of the things
Yes.
he did.
The reason behind
Yes.
what you're doing, understood. The actions with which
Yes.
you're taking to get your outcomes drive me insane.
Yes. Especially when he almost hit Isa. Oh my
Yes.
gosh, Miss Merry Christmas, the mole woman.
Oh my
Sorry, I shouted into the
I hate
microphone.
her
I'm
so much.
sorry.
Oh my god, I hate
That
dude.
is your least
You
favorite.
also
You
have
did
to know
not
that
like
Christmas
her.
is my favorite holiday, so I was so pumped for her. Like, you don't
Yeah.
understand how wronged I personally was by Miss Merry Christmas, especially down to her, like, oh god,
Oh, that's so funny.
oh, that is
I feel
truth. Mole woman.
vindicated. The mole woman, the mole woman. That's hilarious. I feel vindicated that my person, because you love Christmas and you had Miss Merry Christmas, um, and my favorite holiday is Halloween, and I
Yeah,
really feel
you
that
get Mihawk.
Mr.
Cool.
3 Oh, or Mihawk, which I do love Mihawk,
Yeah,
but I also
Mihawk is absolutely Halloween.
yes, because we saw his coffin boat when he shows up at
Yeah,
the warlord
yeah.
meeting.
He's
Like,
bae
that
for
was
you.
cool. Yeah, he is. Mihawk is like the coffin boat, just the vibe,
Question.
everything.
Choose bae, Ace or Mihawk. What you can only pick one.
This is so hard because we've only seen Mihawk for like a handful
Doesn't
of
matter.
episodes. Same for
Same with
Ace. Yeah,
Ace.
that's
You
true.
just have
Same
to
for Ace.
listen,
We've
you have
only
to go
seen
with
him
who you are
for
inside.
oh, his name is literally Dracul Mihawk. Like I feel like I have to pick Mihawk. It's like Dracula. Like it's
It is
everything
perfect.
Halloween-esque. Yes.
Mine is
So,
Ace. Ace is bae.
yours is Ace. Yeah, yeah.
Ace then
And
Zoro.
Ace and I'm sorry, Mihawk and then Sanji for me. Yeah,
Wow. Sanji over
yeah.
Ace.
I yes, I think so because it's like yes, Ace
No,
is
no, no.
a very well drawn 2D character, but like he
Not
is
just well drawn,
he
but his like the way he talks is listen, he is this please don't let this upset you. He's like a hotter Luffy. He's like got the similar mindset, but he's like the older
oh
version, you know what I mean? With like the more
yeah,
senior thoughts and like the more like even the thing he said to the kids of like, don't aim the weapon if you're not gonna shoot it. The way he shows up,
that's
like he's just
true.
got like
That's true.
he's like a hotter, more senior Luffy. I'm sorry, it's just true. To me. To me. Doesn't have to be true to you.
It's
True
your
to me.
choice. Those are your
True to me.
choices. I'm picking Mihawk. You
Please don't
can
hurt me.
pick you pick Ace. Yes. Yes. I will never.
Oh.
Are you saying the people? I'm like, hold on, I'm not gonna be upset. But oh yes, Mihawk is Halloween.
Okay.
He's basically Dracula. I love it.
Wapple and Bellamy are child's play for what's to come. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're getting every level, like every single episode so far. It's like a meaner villain. But it's like there's a difference between like an evil villain and like somebody who just like really grinds your gears.
Yes. We also have a comment, and we totally agree. We're obsessed with her. Robin is a well-drawn and well-written hot character, and she is.
Oh my
I
god,
mean, she
dude.
is.
If
She is. She's hands down.
I had to pick Bae on girl side,
It's
Robin. Robin
Robin.
the Nami.
Can
Immediately.
I be
Immediately, yes.
Robin? Can I be Robin?
Could I?
Like, that's like,
Could
yeah,
I?
I mean, we talked about Halloween.
Oh wait, hang on, I'm losing you again. But hear this. Robin and Ace. I'm living in 2D. 2D. Let's get weird. Let's get weird together. Let's have some fun. Why stop there?
Right.
No, Robin is Bae. For sure.
She is.
I especially live action Robin. I am so pumped for everything that they're gonna adapt with her. Literally so pumped.
I agree. Yes, Robin is S tier. That is true.
Wiper's first action is crash out. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. My problematic cash out. Okay. Yes, you get it. That stuff just triggers me because in my mind I'm like, well, let's be planning, let's be talking, let's be moving, and he's just like, let's just hit, and I'm like, no.
True. We also got a comment that I didn't realize. I mean, we talked about it a little bit, but Drum Island is also kind of Christmas themed with the reindeer.
Yes.
No.
Yes. They did that a lot of illusions with Chopper, especially like with the way he flew and even the things that the townspeople talked about. Yes. I did love that. And cherry blossoms are my favorite. One of my like dream places to travel is Japan. I want to go to Tokyo so bad.
Same.
I really want to see cherry blossoms. So for me, like if I had to pick like a Jolly Roger right now, my favorite is Dr. Herlux. I freaking love that. What's your favorite Jolly Roger?
Oh, Dr. Herlux for sure. Just with his speech too, so emotionally impactful. One of my favorite speeches we've heard yet, for sure, is Dr. Herlux. Absolutely.
Yes. And the send off with it.
Yeah.
So well done. That was such an emotional send off.
Yeah. Maybe with the bats, I'm Dr. Reen. So the Halloween theme, maybe like Dr. Reen vibes for myself. With who with her bats and her witch laugh and like
you're
all
a Dr. Reed and Mr. 3 combo. Can you imagine?
So. Yeah, that would be crazy.
Can you imagine, dude? Jordan, you like Ace, huh? I love Ace. I love Ace so much.
I like him as a character too. Yeah, don't get me wrong.
You don't even know the Robin stuff. I know she's so mysterious too. That's also hot. She's good at it. I just want to be Robin and marry Robin. That would be fine.
We get it. Yeah.
Would. Would their couple name be Race or Ace? Wait, what? Oh, wait.
Oh. Or Ace Spin.
Robin.
Ace Spin. I like Ace Spin. Ace Spin.
Yeah. Where do I put my name in there?
I don't know.
Live action Robin actually admitted to keeping her black leather getup.
That's cool.
Imagine when we see what's her name, Doublefinger.
Oh, Miss Doublefinger.
That gonna be crazy.
The costumes are amazing in the live action. I was thoroughly impressed.
They do such a good job of keeping those 1-to-1. Like you see the outfits and you're like, okay, we're really carrying those over. I love that.
Ooh, I love this. Someone compile a random grouping of One Piece Jolly Rogers and have them rank them without knowing anything about them.
Ooh,
and then again, when we know things about them.
I like
that's
that.
Cool. That's actually so
cool. You watch me top rank a villain's one.
Right. It's the worst villain. That's your number one pick.
I'm gonna pick like the evilest person and think this is dope Jolly Roger.
This is really great Jolly Roger.
That's really in my character scale.
Yes. That's funny. That's such a good idea.
Each character too has like their own like the episode. Remember the episode intros of like the live action and how they would change it, and like Wapple had one kind of.
Yeah.
So does every character have a Jolly Roger too? Like, because I know obviously like the crews have them, but I'm wondering if each character also has their own like little, important character. I'm sure side characters don't.
Yeah, that would be really interesting to see. And it'd be cool, yeah. Like each of theirs.
Why do I picture Miss Doublefinger and a Madonna getup? Because you're like 3 scraps of fabric away. You're not wrong.
That would be cool. Interested to see what they do there. Like that would be cool.
They do some deep cuts in live action. Nami's first outfit is the live action Nami concept art. Yes. it's cool to see. I'm excited too when they move Sanji more into the consistent suit thing too, because I think that's starting to be more
Mm.
consistent with his character, with the
Mhm.
exception of his on the boat fit, his dad Hawaiian shirt with the goggles.
Oh, I loved it. And he almost has like a Scooby-Doo t-shirt too. I loved that. Like it
Yeah.
reminded me kind of like of a Shaggy from Scooby-Doo outfit. I don't know why,
Yeah,
but
I
it
know what
made
you're
me think of
saying.
that. Yes, yes. Um,
Uh,
and then oh sorry, go ahead.
oh no, I was just reading through the comments. Go ahead.
Advice for Water 7 and Ennie's lobby: invest in the tissue budget. You'll be hurt cause Oda only wants to rip out your heart and it will be gracefully done apparently. So,
Hey. Is it
I
the kind where
know.
at the end, like, I'm happy for her, where I'm like, "Thank you," or is it the kind at the
Mm,
end where I'm just, like, good old-fashioned sad?
very sad.
Because
We're gonna
that makes a difference.
oh, and it says bring tears to their eyes, Water 7 hype. We have heard just that Water 7's
Yeah,
amazing. Like,
yeah,
yeah, that the story is
yeah. I have
so
no
good
idea
in
what it's
that
about.
arc.
I just know it's called Water 7, and everybody says Water 7 in Ennie's lobby. It's, like, the number 1 comment we get, like, "I can't wait until you get there." And we're like, "Us too."
I also love, I've texted you this. I love kind of like guessing or thinking where they are geographically in the world. Like
Yeah.
as a yeah, so like obviously like Alabasta is like strong Egypt vibes, right? Like the geographically, I would think.
I kind of thought, like, almost Middle East.
Or it could be that too. I just think of I texted you of my mind like a light bulb went off, alabaster
Yeah.
stone, which would be
Oh, yeah, that's
Egyptian,
right.
and then
Which, of course,
crocodiles.
you knew and I didn't, and I was like, "Cool, thank you."
You're like, this is my
Got
nerd
it.
out time. And then crocodiles. I was like, oh, the Nile River, crocodile, Egypt, you know,
Honestly, now that you say that, his casino,
because see,
wasn't his
oh,
logo on the
it's like
casino
a
kinda
yes, it's
Cleopatra-y?
like a yes, it's like a sphinx almost like
Yeah, it was kinda Cleopatra-y. Oh my
yes.
god, you're right.
And
I
then
think it was just because the allusion to, like, the resource that I thought, "Oh, are
oh
we talking about oil?"
yeah, yeah. I mean, valid. We talked about that. Valid, valid.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we get to the yeah, yeah. And then Skypiea, I really don't know. It has to obviously be ruins, and they have to be high altitude. So I thought like Mexico City or Peru,
Yeah.
anything with like
I thought North America,
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, could be, yeah. I mean, I could see that
especially when
too.
you get into colonization.
Oh
They
yeah,
have the totem
yeah.
poles.
Very true. Very, very true. Oh, we just got a comment. Crocodile's also a reference to Captain Hook from Peter Pan. We talked
Yeah,
about that, remember? We talked
yeah.
about that in an episode. Um, the never smile at a crocodile. And he has a hook. It's the hook. He's Captain. Yes.
You've been hooked. A lot of
Yes.
people got hooked. 2 Straw Hats
By
got hooked back
crocodile.
in the day.
Mm-hmm.
God, that scene was so well, like,
Oh,
animated when
oh,
it's Luffy
absolutely.
and it's just, like, the
Absolutely.
pure red outline. I love some of the art they did in Alabasta, specifically with the sand and showing the colors between, like, being a bright white to, like, the dark red of it all, especially being desert beings ourselves. I also think that that also made Alabasta funny to us in certain ways because they would, like, describe, like, terrain and, like, scorpions, and we're like, "Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Tuesday."
Um, I love this. What kind of tears? The answer, yes. So just crying. Just
Aw.
tears. Just crying.
Wait, I feel everyone who makes it through Water 7 Ennie's lobby has a pending lawsuit for emotional distress and therapy bills. Listen, I've been through a lot, guys. I don't know.
Mm, I'm scared. I'm scared. Um,
Uh, oh, the
oh,
jackal and the hawk are also ancient Egypt symbols. Oh my god. See, Sheridan is
very
very good
cool.
at like history and geography.
It's my nerd out time.
I feel like I fear that
Yeah.
my thing is just vibes.
Oh my God, no, you are so intelligent. You have your own things that are like your things. I just watch the History Channel to go to bed. And I watch I watch geography videos for fun.
Oh,
So
you bring the intellect, I bring the vibes. That's kind of all there is to it. Not that your vibes aren't good, you have great vibes.
thanks. I'm like, is that well, when I'm
Uh,
on camera, when I don't freeze and leave.
even frozen, you're special to
Mm.
me.
Yay, thank you. You're always special to me.
Oh,
Oh, the
uh,
city of gold is from well, oh my god,
El
I wanna
Dorado.
nerd out on
Mm.
this. El Dorado, the road to El Dorado, which would be, I believe, South America or, like, because this so that would be, like, Peru, that would be my guess. But then I also thought there's a book, Paradise Lost, and they go to Shangri-La, or they try to find Shangri-La, And I thought that sounded a bit like Shandora. But
Shangri-La sounds familiar to me. Was there a movie?
it is. Well, I think Paradise Lost and like the I could be wrong. Like the Lost City, Shangri-La is like, and I think I'm stuttering. I'm sorry, but I think Shangri-La might be. It's in that book for sure, and it's a city that doesn't exist. It's a lost city that doesn't exist. There might be a real city in real life,
like
called
Atlantis,
Shangri-La.
almost.
Yeah. Let me Google this.
I love stuff like that, like lost cities. Wouldn't that be sick if there was an underwater city?
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah, there's gonna be aliens anywhere under the sea. That'd be sick. Just have
Sorry, it's a fictional place in Tibet's mountains in the novel Lost Horizon, not Paradise Lost. So ignore everything I just said.
Well, I mean, you got
Horizon,
lost, right?
Paradise Lost. Well, yeah,
you were lost.
Sure,
the story was lost. It counts.
Very true. Very true.
Okay. It kind of turned out to be real because the Aztec Empire. Peru is south of where El Dorado really was. The Aztec Empire is where modern day Mexico was. Okay, so that's what I was thinking. Is like Mexico, because I was thinking like Mayans, but again, I'm bad at geography, so I'm like, I don't remember.
That's what I was thinking was Mexico City, because they have like Tijuana.
Is that like Mayans were Mexico City? Okay, cool. Then that's what I was thinking too. My thought was Mayans. Yeah.
Yeah. Aztecs, my friend.
Is a story around Tibet.
Yep. Yep. Oh, am I
took
gone?
a Buddhism class in college. That's probably it.
Oh, that's cool.
Right, because that's where Tibet is, where Buddha lived, right? Or well, the Buddhist.
That I'm not sure.
Know where the Dalai Lama lives?
The Dalai
Guys,
Lama?
I'm gonna show my cards. I'm gonna stop talking about.
I was like, I know the Buddha was born in India, like who we call Buddha, but I don't know enough about the Dalai Lama, to be honest.
Mayans are older. Aztecs claim the same land after.
Interesting. Very cool. Very cool.
Not much, but some things.
Very cool.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. It was really fun to chat. We're gonna figure out. We're trying to do more lives, but we also have to watch all of these in time and make sure that we also give you 2 videos a week. So we are working on that. We will be back with Skypiea, the final part, next week. Wednesday, Tuesday for members, and then Saturday we'll be moving into Long Island.
Long Island. Yes. And we're going to have fun.
Yes, we're going to have fun. We hope to see you there. And again, thanks for hanging out with us.
Cheers. Yes, have a good night. Cheers.